for short prints they collect. The rare's the cards you gotta respect. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, SSP cards that we've got. Tune in now, don't be late. Baseball cards, it's worth the wait. Chris and Jeff, they got the scoops on the cards with the best clues. Chris follows the Braves through thick and thin. Jeff's with the Brewers, always in to win. Their love for the game shines on the screen. Collecting cards, they're a winning team. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, SSP cards that we've got. From rookies to legends, big or small. Chris and Jeff have the power to jinx them all. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, SSP cards that we've got, that we've got.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blabbin' About Slabbin'. Chris, I went with a different drink tonight.
I should have thought to do that. That's a great idea, Jeff.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't start talking a little bit about a baseball and Brewers legend that we lost today. I see many people brought it up in the chat. Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, passed away overnight, and he was 90 years old. And I was telling Chris earlier today that he's all I've ever known about as far as hearing Brewers baseball. So, yeah, it's sad, especially considering the way they went out this time. His last call in the wild card series game against the Mets. So that one's going to sting a little bit. And yeah, just like today, it stings a little bit for all of us Brewer fans and baseball fans. A lot of people might remember him from his Hollywood times. He was over 100 times on Johnny Carson, Mr. Belvedere, and then, of course, Major League, which was really cool as a junior high kid, seeing him kind of on the national stage, because we, as Brewer fans, we felt like he was one of our own from Milwaukee, affiliated with the city his whole life. Very self-deprecating, funny guy, and just a really good guy to have around the team and to listen to. So, yeah, a lot of people remember him from those things. I'll remember him just as a 6, 7, 8-year-old listening to him at night along with Pat Hughes before going to bed, because Chris was a little bit of a Braves fan, maybe, so you might just get to see more games. But that's when Brewer games weren't a lot of them on TV, so it was mostly just radio. So it was listening to Uecker and Pat Hughes put me to sleep as a kid. So it's kind of an end of an era for a fan like me.
Yeah, to Mr. Baseball.
Cheers.
Yeah, I see some
Miller
great
Lite commercials of all time sitting in the front row.
Oh my God. Oh, those are the best. Yeah, when he got there, I see some people in the comments have really nailed a lot of my absolutely favorite Bob Uecker quotes. My favorite line from Major League is, "That's a one hit. That's all we got. One goddamn hit." I love that. It cracks me up.
And then remember, he says, "You can't say goddamn." And then he responds, "Well, hell, nobody's listening anyway."
Nobody's listening anyway. Oh yeah. In case you haven't noticed, and judging by the attendance, you haven't. Yeah, there's some just incredible lines on there. To know that he ad-libbed a lot of that stuff is great. It should
be a surprise to no one that he ad-libbed most of the lines, like just a bit outside.
There's a shot of him celebrating in the Brewers clubhouse. I think it was 2 or 3 seasons ago, where they're just dumping beer on his head, and he's doing like the double fist bump, you know?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's just incredible stuff. Like what an amazing guy. What a hell of a character.
Even this year, he was in there when they clinched their playoff spot, and then he did come into the locker room after the guys lost that heartbreaker to the Mets, and Yelich talks about how he sat with them, and yeah, he's just an incredible personality, and one I won't forget for sure.
Yeah, the battery mentions that one of the many Miller Lite commercials where he thinks he's going to the front row and his seats are actually like in the upper deck, and he's screaming at the umpire from like the 3rd row from the top. He missed the tag.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Gregory mentions Yelich wrote a touching tribute. Yeah, if you saw, I shared it on my Instagram, but there's a Uecker statue outside the stadium, Miller Park or American Family Field as it's called, and there's just one can of Miller Lite there sitting at the bottom this morning, and it made for a great picture. But Chris, there is another statue. There's two statues of Bob Uecker. There is one way up at the top, like the last row. And you can get your picture taken next to the statue, sitting in the front row, but really you're in the worst seat in the house.
Yeah, anytime, anyone who has, we'll just throw this one up there from Michael Stone. I mean, anyone who has two stadiums, two statues, monument, anything, two plaques at a ballpark, they've made a lasting impact. And Mr. Belvedere, I gotta say, there are some pretty great Mr. Belvedere scenes on YouTube that are definitely worth, half hour of just kind of shuffling through, both good and bad.
Good and yes, some cringeworthy, but many are funny. ATL Jeff Black points out he sent some Artie Lang stories about Uecker. Yes, not only was he involved with incredible stories, but he is also a great storyteller on stage. And like I said, very self-deprecating. Just a really funny guy.
Yeah, they had mentioned, I had the MLB Network on for like a half an hour, about 40 minutes today, and they were just going over everyone telling Bob Uecker stories, Uecker clips. I'd seen his speech at Cooperstown, which is pretty much like a tight 20-minute stand-up routine. It is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I forget who was talking on the network, but they said he went up there with no papers. And he just sort of off the cuff just riffed about baseball for like 20 minutes. And you could see people like crying with laughter with these stories that he was telling about, his own futility and accepting it.
Yeah. Did they show the clip where he says, I'm still a little bitter that I didn't make it here as a player.
Yes. Yes. And there's it takes a bit. There's like a hum of laughter, and then it builds as people, all kind of get the joke. It's just fantastic.
His 14 career home runs. He was really good at telling stories. And one thing I remember is when a game would be a blowout, he would come up with all of these stories from his past days with the Braves or with the Cardinals. And then in one interview, he was talking about how some people in the national audience think that he was just like Harry Doyle, which in some ways he was. Like, he was really funny during the game. But if it was a close game, he was right on top of it, and kind of like Vin Scully in that way. But he could also fill time when it was a blowout, coming up with entertaining stories that just, just kept you interested.
They had someone on the MLB Network said their favorite times were when it was a blowout. And then you knew that, Bob would just would find a way to make it really interesting.
Yeah. Now,
I don't want to deviate from, this guy threw at his own son at a father-son game. Oh, the nose hair, Shelly the Turtle seems to have dropped some breaking news in here that I just wanted to touch on really quick. Really? Shelly, I need more specific information. This is the type of thing that will interrupt any conversation that we're having. If I were on my knee in front of my girlfriend at the time, I would stand up to see what Freddie Freeman SSSP has popped up on eBay. I was going to do a quick
is it
search.
The World Series SSSP? Isn't that his only quadruple SP?
It just depends, I guess, on how many S's a seller wants to put in front of something.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All right, Shelly, I'm looking here, buddy. I'm curious which one we're talking about. Oh, wait, I might be. Oh, I see maybe why I couldn't find it.
Because it doesn't exist?
No, I was in the sold listings because I was looking up some other stuff. All right, let's see what Shelly's talking about.
Shelly says it's all 5 Braves SSS.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. A seller has put that up.
What are they asking for that?
$4,000.
I thought it would be more, to be honest.
I mean, there is a market for it, but
that whole set.
Yeah.
The battery. He did mention one of his career highlights was getting intentionally walked by Sandy Koufax, and he said his other career highlight was getting out of a rundown against the Mets.
I mean, hey, that's one more rundown that I'm getting out of. I'll tell you that much right now. Shelly, thank you for the heads up there.
Yeah, Professor. It was a big thing. It was a big thing to bring your Walkman to the stadium and listen to Uecker. You could always look up in the press box and see him talking, and you're thinking, "Yeah, I'm right with him there. Oh, poor M. Parsons.
As always, poor M. Parsons. Hey, Willsy Sports Cards. Thanks for stopping by. Jeff Bugenhagen, I've had it up. I have 2 of the 5. I can't yet bring myself to pony it up for the Swanson, the Solaire, and the Albies. They're beautiful cards. I hope to get them at some point, but not yet.
Here's my my Euchre 8-ball that I got from home a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Euchre 8-ball.
All right.
Oh boy.
Immersion
more Blabbin, less spitball in 2025.
Well,
we have been dropping a lot of spitballing episodes.
Yeah, we have been recording quite a bit. And I will say that speaking of spitball, I was at Costco this morning on my bi-weekly egg run to Costco. And there were a lot of middle-aged men hustling out of Costco with boxes under their arms, Jeff. And I had no idea, but apparently today was the release of a Pokemon set at Costco.
Pokemon Madness. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos. It was almost like pandemic times. Look at that. And Chris is one of them.
Now, before anyone loses a ton of respect for me, I did buy this for Jeff's daughter.
Appreciate that.
Yes. And I will make her pay me back.
eBay prices probably too.
There were 2 left it was like 2 pallets, and there were just 2 sitting right there after someone compared it to the Malibu Stacy episode where all the Simpsons characters go for the new doll and there's just dust and rubber bands left afterwards. That's kind of how it looked, but there were 2 boxes there. So I just grabbed them. And Jeff's daughter wants one. And of course, Scotty B Cards also wanted one. So
yes.
I'm here to make my friends happy, if nothing else.
Oh, Levi's suggesting you rip it now.
I mean, it would I feel like I would be as clueless ripping it, Jeff, as, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I see Charles E is asking if I was in Santa Monica the other day. I have not been down in Santa Monica in some time, but I am a very generic looking person. So
was there somebody else wearing a Braves jersey down there?
Yeah, I doubt there's Acuna, a lot of Acuna. Yeah. You didn't say exactly what Levi said. That's pretty funny. Rip it, coward. Oh, Royal Benjamin.
Yeah. 7 Costanza's throwing out a suggestion here for us from watching the last Spitball video. We should buy singles from the set for the price of a hobby box and see what you could get.
From Bowman's Best, I assume. Is that what he's talking about?
Which is a great idea, but that's still a lot of money. That's $400 in singles. But maybe he's referencing the comment I made about the many other things I would rather have than a $400 box of Bowman's Best.
Steven with a comment that out of context could be taken a million different directions, Jeff.
Steven.
No, just a small surcharge for my embarrassment. That's all. I tack that on to everything.
Battery's looking for that SSP Braves listing. You want to throw it in the chat in case anybody wants to see it, if you did find it?
Yeah, hold on. I just want to put up Forbidden Donuts Simpsons quote here. Exactly. But she has a new hat. All right, hold on. I swear I was just looking at it. Hold on.
$400 is a Cheerio auto. Absolutely. Yep. Or you could get 4 autos of people you don't want. Shelly the Turtle put it in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Whew. Oh, baseball card's going to come back in.
SFO Sox fan. If I said what Steven said, I'd be banned.
You're damn right. I think baseball cards are coming back a lot sooner than 2 months. And I will say that because if you guys follow Sports Card Investor, if you follow Jeff Wilson at all, he had a video he put out either today or yesterday, Jeff, about the current backlog at PSA. It's not quite 2021 style backlog, but they have indeed gotten absolutely slammed with an end of the year rush.
Yeah, well, they had those specials, and then you wonder how much is that GameStop. I know they got a lot more from GameStop than they were expecting. Did he mention that?
Well, he said that he talked to Nat or whoever's contact is over at PSA. I'm sure they're in communication, but he said it's not. His thought was it could just be Pokemon because, as we know, Pokemon blew up end of the year. But the guy said no, it's across all facets. So it's trading card and sports. So they were wondering maybe a lot of football, some new football sets, I guess, and basketball sets dropped in December. But I'm guessing it's a ton of Ohtani cards too. It always is.
Yeah. Well, they're raising prices also effective tomorrow. On
correct.
Some mainly the high end stuff. Mookie, this is a question a lot of people have been asking. The Blabbin salute to Heritage. And we have since gotten word that we should be getting Heritage High number 2024 in March of 2025, followed quickly by Heritage 2025 in April of 2025. So word is, Chris, we're getting all the Heritage, just late.
Yeah, it's interesting. After we put up that video, we got a couple people messaged us to say that their wax dealer had indicated that it was coming out in March. But we went to one of our local card shops who told Jeff to his face that as far as he knows, they're not printing it. So I believe we're getting it. I don't know, Jeff, if we should be saying 100%, but it feels like it's coming based on the sell sheet that other retailer had.
Yeah, we heard from a few sources, and that was actually that particular reveal, whatever, came out the same day as our episode. So Professor's Dugout saying high number around March 25th, 2025, and that's what I had heard too.
That's the date that we saw from a couple different wax retailers. But if we could take a minute, I'll just throw this out here right now, Jeff. Heritage, I did make some progress in the last week, kind of unexpectedly so.
Really?
I mentioned that I was just going to make a run at the Freddie Freeman Heritage Gold run, and I'll try to say run as much as possible. Easy word.
Run it.
But I did pick up the 2020.
Look at that. And that is out of 5, correct?
Correct. This is out of 5. I love this one. Tons of gold on this year and a really nice holding bat image. Thankfully, he's not holding it much lower. But yeah, I like this card a lot. It's in a typical, Heritage Gold or Heritage Chrome condition. At least all the ones I've seen. There's just tons of white on the back here.
It's weird. It's like a thick stock. It's a chrome stock on the front and a paper stock on the back. So they tend to get a little beat up.
Yeah, it's like the confluence of rivers or something. But yeah, this is cool. I'm very excited. 3 down. I think I got 6 to go. It's gonna be a long journey.
Braves only, right, Chris?
Braves only.
Yeah, teammate Tops is backlogged too, and I think there's 2 issues, Chris, with this. One, when Fanatics first purchased Tops, they were going to try to get everything back on the calendar, the annual calendar, which would be Chris loves 76 as well. And so for a while they were catching back up, and that's why, yes, we know that they release sets late, but especially since this had come out last December, I believe, Chris, right?
Usually, December is when it comes out, yeah.
Right. So that was the fact that it didn't come out then was one concern, and the other concern is that Topps doesn't communicate that. Why don't they just say that they should, it will be coming out? So I think word is spreading that it's coming out, but people that are still watching our video and are posting that haven't heard are still upset about and looking for it. So
yeah, when Topps announced that Topps Ripped site, where they were going to put out a bunch of keep information going, there should always just be, and their Instagram page too. This is one thing I would love to get through to them or see if they could somehow work on. It's just communicating stuff to us, not us, Jeff and I, but us, the collecting world. We just want to know when things are coming. And even if it's delayed 3 months, you can just tell us. We'd rather know it's delayed 3 months than think we're never getting it.
Speculate that it might be canceled, like some products have been, and it's not irrational to think they might have canceled it because they have canceled some pretty important products. Forbidden Donut. I just wanted to get to this. Topps Chrome football pre-order starts tomorrow. Again, this is still unlicensed stuff, so I'm not sure who's really buying it. You're curious to see if Topps aligns football, baseball, and basketball Chrome parallels. I think that is the goal. That is the goal to make consistent all the parallels and numbering across all sports, maybe with some exceptions. But I think that is the goal, so that by the time they do have the team license to go along with the player's license, which I believe is 2026, that all those sets will kind of be in unison.
And I would expect reds to 5, blacks to 10, orange to 25, gold to 50, blue to 150. That's going to be, I would near guarantee, Jeff, that's going to be across all sports and all Chrome products that Topps makes. I did want to say, I think it was SFO Sox fan said his 76 Topps Jim Rice with the gold cup is like one of his favorite cards. One of my favorite cards from the 70s is the Gary Carter with the gold cup in 76. It's his first solo card. It's kind of similar to that Freeman. He's just standing there kind of holding the bat. I always liked it. Kind of a low angle shot.
Yeah, I can picture that. Yeah.
But yeah, I would love Topps to put on their Instagram, just pin a post in the top there with just a running calendar
of what's coming out. Exactly. of the big products. We don't need to know that when Archives is going to come out. I mean, that would be helpful to know some of those things, but the big issues like Top Series 1, Series 2, Heritage, when those are coming out, and if they are delayed at all, that just is helpful to know.
Yeah, people like Jeff and Professor's Dugout, and I'm guessing Mad City Brew have all been holding money aside, waiting for their chance at a red ink Jackson Cheerio.
I can't wait to see what that red ink is going to look like.
And to just think you weren't getting it,
right?
Yeah. Thankfully, you guys, you didn't spend your money on something else. But I'm personally hoping for you Brewers folks, that you get a Cheerio Yount dual auto with that 75 design, like Yount's rookie. I mean, that's just that. If they give us that card.
I mean, it makes so much sense. So probably not. Holmes, listen to this, Chris. New watcher and really enjoying the two of you. Even watched Angels and Demons this weekend. It's a deep dive. Very impressive. Yeah. Can you do a 5-minute explanation on SSPs and where to find the checklist? We have a video all about SSPs. So search on our channel for SSPs. It's a pretty in-depth video that we did about a year ago, but it's still pretty relevant, I'd say, Chris.
Yeah, short version would be there is no like master site with just a list of only the SSPs, but if there's a card you're looking for, a set you like, just Google, for example, like 2017 Topps opening day variations, and Beckett and Cardboard Connection almost always have image galleries of all those cards. They'll tell you what they are, what the numbers are, what they look like, what to look for.
As a quick reminder, SSP stands for super short print, and they are also called image or photo variations. So yeah, if you search by that, you'll be able to find all of them from a specific set.
Oh, the Michael Harris Black Refractor rookie is such a badass card. I had a chance at a gold Michael Harris, and I waffled and it disappeared. I kind of regret that. I don't know if I'll ever see one again.
How much does something like that go for?
I have no idea. I think it was listed at around $1,000. I'm like, well, maybe that's too much. Seems like a lot for a Michael Harris card. I'm sure I'm getting that exact text from my wife right now. But anyway, it disappeared. It's in someone else's collection now. Probably where it belongs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 75 design with Yount. I mean, did we get a dual Brett Yount auto in Series 1 of Heritage? I'm not that familiar with the Heritage checklist, unfortunately. But if we didn't get it in regular,
yeah.
Got to get it in high number.
Topps, no likey talkie. Yeah, communication's not their strong suit. Kevin Morales, Chris, he said he saw you at the.
Yes, I was there.
PSA drop off.
Yes, I was there. I was actually dropping off some cards for a friend of ours, whose cards have now joined the backlog. I guess. Hopefully he gets those out. Yeah. Anytime you see either of us, please come up and say hello. I was just kind of like chilling, and there was a French bulldog at the shop I was happy to say hello to. That was my groupie. That was my social interaction for the day. I'll find a dog to pet.
James Wynn's calling him out. Fake backlog by PSA. Don't believe it.
I believe it. I mean,
I don't know why they would lie about that, but
yeah, I mean, I believe it. I do. I wonder though if it maybe is more Pokemon related than sports cards, but whatever. Hopefully not, because I would think there's different graders,
Yeah.
But anyway.
Jeff Bugenhagen says his buddy has a Tatis rookie SSP and might want to move it. Told them to talk to you guys, even if you don't want it. You might know someone else who does. So is the rookie his what is his rookie SSP?
He only has one variation his rookie year across all products. That's that weird sunglasses photo in Stadium Club. That's it. That's the only variation he's got. So if it's that card, I would just throw that thing up on eBay. If it's the top second year SSP with the gold cup and the close up of him in the on deck circle, shoot us a message about it.
That's a cool card. About that one. And I think it might not be the best time if he doesn't need to sell Tatis right now. Maybe wait till he gets off to a hot start and people think he's back. He might get a little more, but
yeah. I mean, he should be. We're hoping for a healthy Tatis year. I talked about this actually on a Spitballing episode. My goal for this year is to have no one that I like miss more than like a week or two, Jeff. So that's fingers crossed.
That's great. I love that. So that means we're going to get 150 game seasons out of Devers and Jordan, Soto, Freeman, Betts. Great.
Oh yeah, curate our cardboard as M. Parsons agrees. This is, if you ever do want to kidnap me, this is how it's done, and it would be very, very easy.
we have puppies in here.
Oh yeah, I unfortunately that's my weakness. That, or if you got some like image variations, some rare Freddie Freeman, some atomic refractor Freemans, I'd be like, oh,
SSP's in here.
Yeah, then I'm rubbing lotion on my skin.
Speaking of rubbing lotion on your skin, the Ontario Card Show is coming up. I believe it's called, the West Coast Card Show, formerly the Burbank Card Show. And we're definitely going to go. We're trying to figure out when we're going to be able to be there as well, BFG, but probably Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on, Jeff has 2 kids. So when he's able to get out is, we'll see. Maybe we can harangue my wife into some babysitting for you, and you and I can hit the road Friday. We'll see.
I'm sure M. Parsons is like a weekend with the kids.
That's weird. I think we just lost a subscriber, Jeff. I'm sure it's a coincidence.
Pujols catching some strays here. Yes, it is his birthday. I saw a few birthday posts. Nobody really knows how old he is, but yeah. Good.
Yeah. All right, some quick questions, and I want to get some IG cards. Tim A, I doubt Ozzy is going to make this list because he broke 2 bones last year and really missed too much time. I hope he does. I hope he's on the
fans
list,
right? I saw the fans list came out earlier today.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on the fans
Frank
list.
was on there. Ozzy was on there.
Card deal. This is a great question, and Jeff and I talked about maybe doing a video heading into opening day where specifically about the players that I was going to buy cards for and who I liked. Just so you guys would know to avoid them in your fantasy drafts and maybe don't pick up any cards of them. But we'll see. Maybe we'll publicize that list. Maybe we don't.
Yeah, and funny, they're gonna be a lot of Phillies and Mets on there, I believe.
Yeah, I may go with a different strategy this year and just pick up a whole bunch of Phillies cards and see what happens.
Yeah, Phillies lose 100 games.
If you got a gift, you may as well accept it. It's like, I hate to reference a movie like this, Jeff, but remember in Caddyshack 2, which is a phrase that no one says, but in the movie Caddyshack 2, Jackie Gleason has such a terrible slice that they end up using it in the tournament. Like he just turns and faces the wrong direction.
I don't remember that. I only remember the soundtrack from that movie, Chris, but Kenny Loggins has a good movie tune in that one.
It came out in the 80s. Movies. I'm pretty sure Kenny Loggins had a song in it.
Yeah. This is a good point. Kevin Morales brings this up. The West Coast Card Show is during Valentine's weekend. I wonder how many Valentines will be getting a special card for Valentine's Day as a gift.
Something about that is so funny, Jeff. Like they're just like, when should we do it? Well, most of the guests probably not an issue for them.
They're not going to care.
No. But Kevin, I like where your head's at. I'll see what I can bring her home. Nothing says I love you like an unopened box of 2020 Stadium Club Chrome.
Yeah, that you can share.
Right?
You're married. You share everything.
That's a good point.
Thank you, M. Parsons. Yes, the children are very well behaved. And if Ontario wasn't so far, it's a pretty long drive. I would take them because they would like to go to the show too. Wow,
instead of me or as well as me? I don't want to get left behind here.
There's room in the car.
All right. Before I want to get some IG cards, but really quick, Shelly the Turtle says this has been going around a little bit. I think Vladdy to the Mets, if it happens, it's going to happen next, in the offseason.
Agreed.
Toronto has too much invested to make a trade now. They probably should admit it's not going to work, but they're not. They can't. I don't think they can. So they got to go all in with one more year of Bo and Vlad, right, Jeff?
I agree. Yeah, their fans would really riot, especially with all the rumors of them getting so many good players like Ohtani, and I believe Sasaki is. They're one of 3 teams to get Sasaki, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I my personal hope is that Guerrero signs with the Red Sox. I'd love to see him play with Devers, for a decade. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
If I'm him and the Mets and Red Sox are close in money, you got to figure out where you're comfortable. I mean, the Green Monster for him would be real interesting. Mm-hmm. You might hit 380 in that ballpark. Probably cost him some home runs, but so many hits to left field. But you got to know if you go to the Mets, they may be willing to spend more money. You might have a better shot at sustained excellence. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm guessing those 2 teams are going to fight hard for him.
I agree. And I think he'll end up staying out there. I don't think he'll head out west.
Yeah, I agree. I do see some of the Devers defense isn't great, but I mean, the AL, I mean, there's a DH as well.
You got a DH? Yeah.
There's lots of options there. There's probably, they could figure out a way to get Devers and Vlad to each play half the season at third base. And just don't ever start a lefty pitcher.
It's the second half.
Yeah. Kevin Morales, this is far too accurate. This far too accurate.
Chris, don't you think you should stay 2-3 days? M. Parsons says. You get 1 day. Oh, I don't care. Stay at a hotel.
Yeah, get out of here. Anyway. Yeah.
Motz says, going back to a previous episode, if you missed it, Chris and I have been talking about slab binders, which is Chris's favorite thing. Apparently, Motz got a 640 top loader card binder. The thing is the size of a small fridge. 640 top loaders. That must weigh a ton. Can that?
Yeah, I don't see how you must need like a hand cart to move that thing around.
You would. Oh, that's
my goodness. Yeah. Alan says, Guerrero was not a fan of the Yankees. That was going around for a little bit. He did not want to play there.
It was going around, but he did backtrack a little bit this year, Chris. He kind of said, well, business is business. So I think he doesn't want to risk alienating any potential suitors, but
particularly a large fan base. I don't think he'd mind alienating the Pittsburgh Pirates, but he doesn't want to. His agent certainly doesn't want to have the Yankees crossed off potential bidder list. Yeah. That word Docs Cards is right. That is a cumbersome binder. Yeah, I would maybe half that size is probably big enough.
Yeah.
I was looking at a top loader, trying to find like not a top loader, a one-touch binder. I feel like that'd be fun to flip through, but the weight of that thing would really start to be an issue.
Well, it'd have to be a limited binder, like the slab you'd have to have. Couldn't be more than 70, right? Like the slabs.
No, I mean, shouldn't be. Certainly shouldn't be. All right, right before we get to Royal Benjamin says, Bo to the Braves next year. I don't know. I'd love to see the Braves do something this year. They did a good job of shedding some bad. They got rid of the Soler contract. They have money to spend. We'll see. I've said it before. I'll just keep saying it. I think they're going to trade for Sonny Gray. But I'm guessing the Cardinals want to get Arenado out of the way first. And maybe Bregman has to sign for that to happen. But I hate that this just drags on.
So long. Yeah. No teams are making decisions yet, besides the big ones.
Yeah. I mean, everyone just has to wait for New York and LA to decide who they want, and then it trickles down. Yeah. But anyway, all right. You have to. Okay. Lots of. Yeah, exactly. As SFO Sox fan says, the Braves' plan for this year is to stay healthy. Yeah. I'm enjoying watching all the Acuna videos of him like taking BP and stuff. It's a little concerning, Jeff. He doesn't appear to be at like the nicest facilities. With like, he doesn't look like he's at an Equinox.
He's maybe staying close to home.
I don't like seeing him in these dirt infields, these like shit looking ballparks in Venezuela taking BP without a knee brace. I mean, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
So I watched those. He seems happy. He seems healthy. I know there was a tweet where someone predicted that he was going to miss like the first 2 months of the season or out 6 more months. And he responded with just like laughing and saying, absolutely not. So
really?
I don't know when we're going to see him, but I would guess we see him. I'm going to say end of April. I think he'll force his way in, but we'll see. If they wait a few more weeks to make sure it's 100%, no problem.
Yeah.
But rumor is 6 weeks. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Like he'll miss the first 6 weeks, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't remember seeing videos of him running around the outfield at this point in 2022. And God, I really hate that we're even having this conversation, Jeff.
Again, yeah.
But anyway, let's start looking at some people's IG cards because that's fun. And the first one I wanted to show, I know SFO Sox fan is here. So hopefully he'll appreciate talking about this card that he posted of the Brewers' future.
Oh, the Brewers' future. I wonder what
Brewers'
this is about.
Future. So we had talked briefly a minute ago about Reds being 5 all across the Topps portfolio, and this is out of Sapphire. So this is Jackson Turio's Sapphire Red.
Wow.
This is an attractive baseball card, Jeff.
That's a really nice card. And I believe, didn't SFO Sox fan get it in a break?
He got it in a break, and he joined the break with like a credit he got from his PSA membership.
Yeah, so you are the anti Chris and Jeff, as it were, as far as your luck goes. So that's incredible. It's a beautiful card.
Yes, this card is awesome. I don't really know how I feel about Sapphire right now. There just seems like there's a lot of Sapphire sets, but a Sapphire out of a red out of 5. Yeah, this looks incredible.
It's still, I mean, there is a lot of Sapphire, but Topps Chrome Sapphire is the best as far as I'm concerned, as far as the Sapphire products go. So you get a red in that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Sapphire briefly this week with Bowman's Best. Stop looking at that card. With Bowman's Best dropping this week, there was we did hear another round of people really upset that the Atomic Parallel is gone from Bowman's Best.
That was one of the first decisions they made when they took
that was, and we did get we got a pretty quick answer on that one back whenever that 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
Yeah,
they want the cracked ice look only in Sapphire to try to really differentiate Sapphire products, which honestly, I'm not a huge Bowman's Best fan. I did like the Atomics. Jeff and I used to have some really nice Atomics, but I get it, and that makes sense. And I think that's all we can really ask for. Do things that make sense, and that makes sense to me.
Battery, I had to slow down. This goes down pretty fast. This is all that's left. Try to make it last. It's less filling and tastes great, I gotta say.
It is both. Yeah, it's good to see. SFO Sox fan says he's gotten a lot of unsolicited DMs about this. Well, you post fire cards, buddy, and people are going to message you about them. That's kind of how
I'm still waiting for a response. I think that was from 6 of my burner accounts trying to get SFO Sox fan to unload this.
Yeah, you have been on your phone a lot the last week, Jeff. I've got
a lot of accounts today, but he's not responding. So I guess that's it. That's it.
But anyway, this card is cool. I'll take it down so Mad City Brew will stop yelling at me. All right, the next one I want to just talk briefly about is from Tanks Sports Cards. And yesterday he posted this really cool Jimmy Rollins Stadium Club Rainbow Foil auto. And I just wanted to talk for a minute, Jeff, about how cards like this is one of the reasons I love Stadium Club, because we get Jimmy Rollins is not a Hall of Famer, I don't think. Probably has an interesting case, but we'll save that for another time. But he was a star player for the Phillies for a while, beloved, by Phillies fans and in Philadelphia. And Stadium Club does a good job of grabbing guys like this and giving you autos.
And gives you a great image of it.
Yep.
Forbidden Donut's right. It's a beautiful auto. Great photography on this too, Tank. You really kind of captured the
shine
of these rainbow foils.
Yeah, I was scrolling Instagram and this one stopped me, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. The auto's bold, dead center. I love the
great job by Rollins knowing exactly where to start his signature for it to end almost perfectly centered. That's nice.
But I was looking at Stadium Club checklist, and if you're a Phillies fan, like maybe not in 2024, but in the last few years, you could put together a really nice grouping of that World Series team from 2009 just in Stadium Club. They've got, I think there were Ryan Howard autos a few years ago. I think there were Chase Utley a few years ago. Cole Hamels was like 2 years ago. So, I mean, there's just like, it just makes me love Stadium Club even more when I see stuff like this. I know you and I won't pull this kind of auto, but they do exist in the product.
Yes, it's always a good reminder that those exist, and that's probably what's going to get us to keep buying up.
Yeah, and it's cool. Yes. And I'm sure this auto, Jeff, went for probably less than $100, which again makes it fantastic, but about half the price of a hobby box.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great point for singles. Filmington and Teapot, thanks for joining us, our spitballing crew. Filmington says a point about the Black Peril that worked against its liquidity. There wasn't a standard naming convention for the eBay listing title. This hurt the ability to sell them via auction. That's true, because especially changing the number that it's out of every year. So you don't know if you're searching out of 73 or 72 or 71. So that definitely could be an issue.
Yeah, especially when they mess up the numbering and they go instead of 73. Mess up the numbering,
yes. It exacerbates it. Yeah. Interesting.
And it's a silly thing like that. But yeah, when a card is slightly more difficult to sell, but you never know. You get people that list those cards without using the word black. And that's when you can find yourself a nice little steal.
Yep, some people find them.
But yeah, I just keep looking at this Jimmy Rollins auto, Jeff. So is
BFG apparently. He's thinking he might go after some of these. DJ Local says there's a Freddie Rainbow foil from 24 on eBay, Chris.
There is, but he's wearing the wrong jersey. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, there's only one Freddie Freeman Dodger card that I want that exists right now, and that's him holding up his championship ring that he got with the Braves. We'll see next year or now this year, Jeff, if there's other Freddie Freeman Dodger cards that maybe get absorbed in.
You know what, Chris? After seeing that comment and John's and Belair, I feel like we should have an affiliate link with eBay from the show. So when all these people buy stuff off eBay during the show, that we get a kickback.
We should do that. All right, I got to get this card off, or else we're all everyone's just gonna start looking down at rainbow foil autos instead, which honestly is probably for the best. Okay,
Scott, who did say that people don't know, 99% of the people won't care about the black parallel. Says that people even sell it and don't know what they are, which that seems to be the case, right?
I totally believe it. Based on some of our interactions on YouTube, I completely believe it, and it blew me away how wrong you and I were on the percentages of people that would know and get it and like it.
Yes. Yeah. That was good times.
All right. The next up is this Jordan. Speaking of Topps Blacks, Bambino Cards posted a really cool run of all of Jordan Alvarez's like flagship parallel rookies over the last week or so. And the black in 2020 I remember this card being really disappointing. Because the 18 is all black. The 19 has like a pretty good amount of black on it. And then here in 2020, we get just the border on one side.
One side.
But still, Jordan Alvarez is great. Kind of underappreciated, for better or for worse. And his run is great. So if you want to just go check out his page, Bambino Cards, the black one is the best. I don't know what the PSA 10 pop on it is, Jeff, but I know it's low.
And some people, during this discussion about the black parallel, some people were saying that people didn't like the black parallel or didn't care about it or were upset about it or didn't care that it was leaving because of the condition issues. As you see, this one got an 8, which a lot of black parallels do because there's a lot more corners and edges to get dinged up. So I don't think that's an issue, though. I don't think that people are concerned about that as far as you and I go. When we've been picking up our older black parallels, the Mookies and Miguel Cabreras, Randy Johnsons, those are all coming back 7s or 8s. We're glad to have them.
Yep, doesn't bother us at all. The older ones are like poorly centered with ding corners. They've all been in packs forever or just in boxes, and they're so rare. They're just really cool. There's some Topps history there, and as I think Teapot wrote in there, learn and educate, and I think that's actually really important. Just spreading the information around.
Yes, because it helps us to know too, and I think somebody said that I'm not going to let Teapot forget about that 99% comment. I think that Scotty was really upset about that 99% comment.
I was upset about it too. And then I was even more upset when I realized how close to 50-50 it actually is.
Yeah. And I think Teapot's point about not that many people caring about it is true, but it can also be true that Topps doesn't need to do a lot to not alienate the collectors in the hobby. The hardcore collectors, they don't need to do much to not alienate them. Just keep the status quo for some things. So
yeah, I just put the link for trivia. Thank you, Teapot, for reminding me in the chat there. I'm going to pull up right now. We're going to shoot to do trivia. Let's say around 7:10, 7:15 our time. So 10:10. We have a couple Jackson Merrill rookie cards to give away.
Right.
We got a Stadium Club Chrome and a Stadium Club Red foil. First place gets first choice.
This looks like Kate. I will say my Riley Green black parallel. Shout out Riley Green, who's been a hot topic lately.
Oh yeah.
From 2023 is a PSA 10. There's something so special about that gem. Absolutely, one of the favorite cards in Chris's and I's collection is a black parallel gem. So yeah, it does make it extra special. I don't think it detracts from them when they have some condition issues, but it does make it extra special then when you do get a gem.
Yeah, and especially I feel like the more recent they are, maybe the more important getting a 9 or a 10 is. But like we were saying, the older ones, like 03 was the first one. If you find I think an 03 Sabathia, which is a really cool horizontal card, just sold on eBay for like $40, and it was beat up. But I almost bought it. I was like, damn, that's cool. That's his first one. Some of those older ones are just their ghosts. The hobby was smaller. It was their first year. People didn't really know what they were. I bet a lot of those are in shoe boxes or landfills or compost heaps.
Since our friend Teapot doesn't join us very often, I just have to remind him that this is a PG show or PG-13. We try to stay away from all the adult stuff, Teapot. So try to
Whatever
keep it
you're
clean,
into
okay?
is totally fine. Yeah, the link is up there. If M Parsons, if you would just copy and kind of paste that periodically in the chat, that would be great.
Hey, Chris, do you remember on a recent episode of Spitballin' when I
I
called out Scotty B about these? I can't. Did I call them? I called them like a Halloween set, or
Yeah, they're Halloween houses. Yeah.
yes, I called it a Halloween house, and he didn't know what he feigned to not know what I was talking about, and then he said, "Oh, you mean the Halloween villages?" As though it was like, as my nomenclature was so far off that he couldn't have possibly known what I was talking about.
Yeah, those things happen. Yeah, John, we've all been there, my friend. You know, Instagram, alcohol, eBay, having a credit card. It's being an adult. These are dangerous times. Everything is too easy. I will say I'll come back to the Halloween Village. I feel like we could talk about that, but I have a box full of similar things in our garage, Jeff. Actually, this is a great time to talk about. Speaking of, one of my favorite posts of this whole week came from our good buddy Scotty B Cards. And if you guys have not had a chance to look at this reel that he posted of his Billy Butler collection, this was fascinating to me.
It was incredible. Yeah.
Just he has PC'd Billy Butler. There's some kind of personal connection there.
Yeah, like a neighbor, maybe a former neighbor or something. Yeah.
But he's got some. This binder is full of like atomics to 10, reds to 5, like rookie autos, Bowman Chrome autos, Ginter Wood 1-of-1s.
Chris, the best part was when he's like, "Well, this doesn't include my high end stuff." I'm like, what? It's like 1-of-1s and printing plates, but it doesn't include his high end Billy Butler.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm not sure there are technically high end Billy Butlers, but like this binder, this is the kind of I wish I had this of Freddie Freeman, Jeff. But his stuff is it's too expensive to fill this up now.
Yeah.
But I would look through this on a near daily basis. I would flip through this at some point. There's pages of reds, pages of oranges out of 25. Every cool set from like 2004 to 2014. He's got all the Topps clears, which I guess is just the one, I think 2014, maybe 15 he's into. It was just really fun to look through this and see all these crazy rare parallels. And they're all the same guy. The effort, the dedication, the passion here was really cool to see, Jeff.
I mean, don't you think that? I don't know. It'd be fun to be. Oh yeah,
that's SFO Sox fan. That's really funny.
That's funny. I'll leave my comment alone after that. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat, but now Ty's abducting his wife. This is getting a little off the rails, Ty.
That's all right. I mean, if it, the bad news is Ty, is this is all in writing, and it's YouTube saves it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, KGK. Yeah, Kate. He's he's got. I can't tell you how many times I'll be looking for like a rare Freddie. I have a searches for Freddie Freeman stuff, and underneath it there'll be like a super rare Billy Butler, and I'm like, no, well, you know what? I bet Scotty doesn't, and he has 2 of them already.
Yeah, aren't those all Hope Diamonds that he's looking at?
Those are all Hope Diamonds right there, numbered to 60, and he's got like 6 of them.
5 Hope Diamonds.
There's even, I want to say, in 2013 Topps update, Jeff, there's like all-star image variations. And I think it's Mike Trout's card, but I'm not 100% sure. But Billy Butler is like in the background of one of those cards. And I saw that and I'm like, Scott, there's no way he had 2 of them. I was like, good for you, man. Like, it's just impressive.
It is. And one thing he mentioned on Spitballin' today, that we recorded today, in fact, is that he hasn't graded a lot of them, Mookie. That's why they're in his binder here. But yeah, that binder would take a while to grade. But he talks about it being one of the benefits of collecting a lower end player or a not superstar player is that you can get a lot of really good cards for not a lot of money.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go back here. Professor's Dugout, and occasionally Jeff and I do find it helpful to sort of hand out some relationship advice. Professor's Dugout says his wife just handed him a wine glass with nothing in it and walked away.
Yeah.
And I believe I saw M. Parsons with the answer here, but I was going to say the same thing. Like, that's a hint that you're supposed to go open up a bottle of wine and pour her some wine, Professor's Dugout. Come on.
And then come back and drink the wine and click on our affiliated links.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Belair, this is a good point. We heard the Maddox stories. Now we're hearing Ty stories.
Listen, I wouldn't get into a shower with either one of them. I'm just saying, like, that's a general,
What about a hot
good
tub?
general rule of thumb.
What
Or
about
a
a hot
hot tub. Excellent point.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
I don't know, curator, if Scotty's met Billy Butler. Well, in fact, I think he says he has.
I believe he
but
has.
As M. Parsons mentions, I believe it was only in court. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was more shouting at him as he was pulled away by security.
Yeah.
But that counts. That does count. All right. We got like 15, 16 people signed up for trivia.
I'll get in there.
Yeah. Let me get the link. Let me get in there one more time. SFO Sox fan has a question there for you, Jeff, if you want to hit that.
$99 card on eBay offered $75 for it. Dude just came back with a counter at $78. My eyes could not roll higher. Is not buying this out of spite my old man membership card. Yeah, in fact, I would say typically those are the kind I get $98 return counters on. So for that, I mean, he probably just figures, well, I want him to pay the postage. So I would take that 78 SFO Sox fan.
Yes. Yeah, me as well. I remember specifically at one point after the Braves traded for him, I was looking for a Marcelo Zuna rookie, and I bought his like 2013 finest. I don't know if it was a gold refractor, green refractor, or something, and it was listed at like $5 or best offer plus $1 shipping, and I offered like $3.50. And I remember thinking, like, if I'm that seller, like, I'm not accepting that out of spite. Like, are you kidding me? Just give me the $5. And he came back at like $4.25. And some part of my brain was like, do I split the difference here? Go for like the even $4? And I just bought it and threw away $6.
Yeah. eBay's a funny thing. And the reactions, the visceral reactions you get when you either get an offer that you feel insulted by or a counter, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I will note with KGK back in our chat here, Jeff, I think we've got 3 trivia champions. 3 trivia champions are currently in our chat. So I'm looking forward to a bloodbath. These questions are a little bit, this might be the most difficult trivia so far. So I would like to see if someone can take down, is it Shelly the Turtle's high score? I think.
I believe Shelly does have the high score. Yeah, I had to take away the Looping Butler collection.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm going to jump to a person whose stuff we shared before, Marky Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some really cool stuff. And lately he's been posting a lot of these like Stadium Club dual auto cards. And we see these on the checklist, you know, when it gets released. And I feel like then we just don't really think about them again because they're so hard to pull. You rarely see them.
Yeah.
But there's some really interesting and kind of fun pairings. Like 90s first baseman here in Fred McGriff and Tino Martinez, and third baseman with Ventura and Wade Boggs. I just thought these cards were cool.
When are they from? Is that say 2010?
No, I think it's actually 2020 Stadium Club.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. It's 2000 Stadium Club. Off by 2 decades. Yeah, 2000 Stadium Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks very dated, the design. So I wasn't sure if it was a throwback. But yeah, that's. So this
Shelly the Turtle thinks 697 was his high score. He thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did, by the way, I ran this trivia already. So I know it'll stop at 10 questions. I know it's fully automated, so we should be good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Shelly,
I love this
Shelly's boycotting trivia, though.
A hatred of Jackson Merrill. Well, and then you should win it just to prevent other people from getting the Jackson Merrills.
Yeah, spite.
Spite's a powerful emotion. But yeah, I like these cosigner cards. And I think it's something I might go back and look and see what kind of combos there were in the 90s of players that I like. Because these autos look great. Like this Fred McGriff, like his auto is much better than it is in some of this newer stuff that comes out, even though he's wearing his stupid Devil Ray uniform here.
That's kind of a colorful uniform he's got.
A little bit, yeah. Okay. What else do I got here? All right. I also just wanted to, I know we've talked a lot about, wait, where'd it go? There? Here? Where is it? Hold on. Sorry. We did talk quite a bit about Topps Black parallels, obviously. And for flagship Black Friday last week, we had a lot of really great posts.
It was fun to see them all at once. Yeah, it was like an SSP Thursday, but with all black parallels. It was great.
That was even more than SSP Thursday, Jeff. That was the first time Instagram stopped letting me put up stories.
You reached the max somehow.
Yeah, at some point they were like, enough. Like, you're not posting puppies, so we're going to stop this. You're hurting the general algorithm of Instagram. But I just wanted to show one post from flagship Black Friday that belongs to Clean Cards 5, who posted a near complete run of Freddie Freeman Topps Blacks. He's missing, obviously, the gigantic, the big one, the rookie one, but that's so hard to find. This is really cool to see all these right in a row together.
Yeah, it's fun to see the difference. And boy, that 2018 really stands out. Even from a distance.
A veritable black hole, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Listen, I will say this, by the way, KGK, Ted Williams, he played that doubleheader on the last day of the season, and he went 6 for 8 to win the batting title. So there's no saving any batting averages here. You got to risk it to get the biscuit is a quote from a terrible movie that I like. But anyway, that's what I got from IG on the last week. There's some fun stuff. It is a little bit slower generally than usual because I think we got the off season. A lot of people posting football cards, and I don't know who any of those people are. So,
yeah. Doc's got a good feeling about winning this week. He's got his Slabbin book, 4 beers, and his conversation hat.
Fantastic.
All he needs.
That better be a white cowboy hat.
Belair, I appreciate this. I don't care about the black, but feel bad for my fellow collectors who don't have that to chase anymore. This was what surprised me most, Chris, about the feedback we got on that spitball and about how people didn't care about it, even though they knew that there were a lot of collectors that did. And I just don't really understand that philosophy, because if a company's willing to axe something that's the most historically new bottle.
Yeah, new bottle today. Yeah.
We'll see how empty that gets by the end of the show.
Well, let's not be
relevant parallel like the Topps Black. They'd probably be willing to chop anything, and maybe eventually they'd get to a card or type of card that you like to collect. So I don't know. I was surprised by that. I was surprised by the lack of empathy. Just people saying, "Well, I don't care. I don't have them, so I don't care." I don't mind. I don't like looking at people's runs of players on Instagram, so I don't care.
Let it be known that today, January 16th, 2025, Jeff was, and I quote, surprised at a lack of empathy in the comments section of the internet. I mean, if we can't find empathy there, Jeff, where will we ever find it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I thought there was more of a brotherhood amongst the hobby. There's a lot of people in the hobby from different backgrounds, different socioeconomic statuses. But I thought there was sort of this, I don't know, kumbaya feeling about the hobby, but that was dispelled pretty quickly.
We have our own private kumbaya feeling about the hobby. Curator Cardboard. Yeah, Jeff McNeil sat out the last 2 days of the season a couple years ago and beat out Freddie Freeman by like 0.002 or something for the batting title. That irritated me too.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You gotta play it through. There was some like aggression in those comments, Jeff. It was like, I don't collect the black parallel, so screw you. It doesn't matter to me. I'm like, it's just weird, but I mean, it's the internet, so we really shouldn't be surprised by anything. But it was a weird place for some
BFG, I didn't get this confused. There were a lot of people that admitted to not collecting black parallels or not even hearing about them. But the way they said it was just like, oh, people got to get over this. Who cares about it?
Yeah. Nobody's
going to care about it in another year. And meanwhile, there's some people who are really, really upset about it. I don't know. I just don't. I don't get that. But
yeah, it's a weird time. Carlisle, the battery. We're gonna start trivia, and we'll say about 10 minutes. So yes, you have time. hit the restroom, get a fresh beer.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, so about 10 minutes for trivia.
Yeah, we'll do about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, Doc's throwing this out there. Chipper sat out when he won the batting title.
Well, that's disappointing. I have no excuse. He shouldn't have done that. I mean, I can't crap on Jeff McNeil and then defend Chipper Jones for doing the same thing. So, I mean, he should not have done that. And I get it. Like, it means a lot to the players, Jeff. It really does mean it means a lot to the players. So I get it. I get you want that like on your resume. You want to be able to say you won the batting title and you qualified for. You had enough at bats. I don't know. I mean, I say that, Jeff, like, oh, I'd want to play those last 2 games. But I also see myself being like, well, my back's a little tight. Maybe I'll just.
I mean, maybe one game, but 2 games. Once you start getting multiple games, what's the cutoff? Do you sit out the whole last week if you get to the minimum? Yeah. Professor Dugout's asking, why get rid of the Black Father's Day, Mother's Day, but not the camo? These are questions we don't really have the answers to. Filmington's throwing in that it must have been an oversight not to get rid of the camo, which is the camo is out of 25, right, Chris? Which is also
correct.
What
yes.
Orange is out of. So, and I don't know, maybe I was saying maybe it's a little bit of this is a test case. We're getting rid of the black parallel first. They didn't get rid of the gold parallel either.
Right. Yeah, they left the gold one in. I mean, for goodness sake, the gold one's been around since 1992. So I don't know.
Shelly says that's what surprised you guys. Not the early days when we raced as spam bots and you two being lovers. We've improved. Well, that's only because we put the setting on. We nominated you and M. Parsons to be our gatekeepers, and we also made people have to actually subscribe to comment. So that seemed to take a lot of bots out of it. They don't want to take the trouble of subscribing to such a thing.
Yeah. I mean, the spam bots were just the worst, and only the spam bots. But anyway, See, I will tell you, McNeil has looked lost almost since the batting title. Maybe a little baseball god karma caught up with him.
Yeah. Jacob likes your argument here, Chris. If it's Ohtani's and Trout's most expensive card, they should keep it. That was very convincing during your argument.
I don't know if it's sarcastic or not. I agree. I mean, I feel like that's just
point to history.
Yeah.
Cardboard showcase. We know you took this pretty hard. Yes. So.
Yeah, with rumors about Heritage maybe going away. I mean, Cardboard Showcase has one of the best collections on Instagram, and his main 3 PCs are Topps Blacks, Heritage Black Refractors, and Heritage Red Ink Autos. And there was like a brief window where it looked like Topps was just attacking him personally almost.
Completely shutting you down.
Yeah, it's like, no more cards for you, sir. You have enough.
Yeah. Okay, so about 5 more minutes before trivia. Everybody flex those trivia muscles. Get your conversation hats on.
Oh, yeah, we got a pretty good turnout in there. So, M. Parsons, you want to throw that link in there one more time? Yeah, this should be good. There's a couple like image questions in here. A couple, of course, there's always going to be some playoff questions. I don't know. I'm excited to see how you guys do. You never know. Some people, the way the trivia does, if you've never played before, the faster you answer, the more points you get.
Correct.
So if you wait till the last second and get it right, you really aren't going to gain that much. Throwing that out.
Jeff Black is taking umbrage with the Chipper Jones comment, I believe, saying he had a 364. I'm guessing that's who he's talking about. And Pujols at a 357. If it was a game, it wouldn't have made a difference. Yeah, that's a pretty big gap to overcome at the very end of the season.
I will also say I like to think that ATL Jeff wasn't looking those numbers up. I think he has them either in his head or possibly tattooed on his wrist.
Pujols needed to go 13 for 14 on the last day of the season in order to catch him.
Yes. Yeah, he had his argument ready to go, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know. Teapot got angry and then left the chat, so I'm not sure if he's going to be back for trivia or not.
Well, or perhaps he's either literally or metaphorically tied up, Jeff. We don't know.
He might be tied up, yeah. In which case he can't do it. BFG, yes, it is panic inducing, I gotta say, but that's it's where we separate the collectors from the, I don't know, what did they say in our chat? The rich collectors to the not collectors.
Yeah,
there's a lot of names being called in that black parallel chat.
I'm going to throw a movie quote out here and bonus points for anyone the first person who gets it. It's time to separate the awkwardly feminine from the possibly Canadian.
That's pretty funny, but I don't know.
One of the best comedies of all time. All right, while we're waiting for trivia, 4 more minutes. I just wanted to, this is what we're going to talk about after trivia. We haven't really talked about Series 1 yet. Yes. Boom. Dodgeball. Canadian Bacon. Excellent guess. Oh, God, what is his name? I can't think of the guy. It's Jason Bateman and the father from the Brady Bunch movies. He's now on NCIS. Jeff, he's like the new head of NCIS.
Oh, from Office Space.
Yes. What's that actor's name? Michael? No.
I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to come in tomorrow.
Gary Cole. Thank you. John Mayer. Yeah, Gary Cole and Jason Bateman play the announcers of the dodgeball tournament. And I think they're just ad-libbing utter nonsense back and forth. And it's special. It really is.
Chris, how could you forget his name when he's just one syllable short of your favorite character in Different Strokes?
Well, all right. So after trivia, we are going to briefly just talk about, well, not briefly, we're going to really get into it. We're going to talk about Series 1. There's one particular thing in Series 1 that I'm really excited about. And that's these bad boys here. For the first time, we're going to get flagship Real One autos. So we're going to get on-card autos with the Topps design.
So not only is the Real One auto not a ripoff of the Heritage Real One autos that we were worried it might be, but it is a pretty cool idea to have base card design autos.
Yes, very, very cool. All right, hold on real quick. There's just some great dodgeball quotes coming up here. Yes, I don't know why I went to the Brady Bunch movie first. It's embarrassing. I agree. Yeah, ESPN the Ocho. You made me bleed my own blood. Yeah, I mean,
John, is this true, or is this a quote from the movie as well?
I don't think that's a quote from the movie.
No, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have him autograph the hell out of some Office Space stuff.
If there is such a thing, I'm sure there is. All right, it's 7:09. Everyone get loose, get the brains ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out. I feel like that's probably the most quoted line from that movie. It comes up all the time. Yeah, it's like every time we park the car somewhere, either my wife or I will say, "Remember, kids, we're in the itchy lot," which is a Simpsons quote that I know flies over Jeff's head. All right.
Itchy and Scratchy, is that the characters?
Yes, Itchy and Scratchy. Yeah.
Slightly familiar with them.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So as always, Jeff will read these questions if anyone's watching or listening to us after the fact. I believe I have this set up properly. If not, what would our show be, Jeff, without a little bit of technical trouble?
Yeah, so far we haven't had too many technical issues, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But likelihood is that it will happen.
All right. Yeah. We're going to start the countdown in 3, 2, 1. Give me a second. I will pull up the screen I want to pull up.
Love the magazine collection, Matt. Okay, here's the trivia countdown.
Yep.
Beginning soon. How soon? All right.
Hold on. I think it actually already started.
Oh, to think we were going to get through our first trivia without.
I know. All right. Well, here we go. People playing were able to catch along. Here we go, Jeff. Start us off. Question 2.
Question 2. What set is this Freddie Freeman card from? 2020 Topps, 2021 Topps, 2022 Topps, or 2023 Topps? We talked about this card on the show.
Only 50%?
All right. 50% are going with 2022 Topps, which is correct.
Ooh, Mattingly rules, huh? Henry Rowan-Gardner. All right, I like these references, Jeff.
Yes, very good, very good. What set is this Aaron Judge card from? 2020 Topps Dynasty, 2020 Topps Finest, 2020 Bowman's Best, or 2020 Topps Update? Interesting cropping on this one.
I had to crop out the card design, Jeff.
I know.
One thing I like about this card is you can't see his face, so that's it's a good card.
No teeth. All right, everybody got that. He blocked off the design, but 68% of you still were able to identify that one.
There's a couple more of those coming up. So,
Dave's Braves and Lincoln Thomas making an appearance. What set is this Mookie Betts card from? 2018 Topps, 2018 Bowman Chrome, 2018 Stadium Club, or 2018 Topps Opening Day? What set is this Mookie in front of the flag from? There's a little bit of a hint on the very bottom, if you can see. Maybe.
Excellent. 93%. Well done.
A surprise to not many people. Very good. Very good. Dave's Braves taking over the lead. So Kate was really leaving. What year was the first Topps Black Parallel? 2001, 2003, 2005, or 2007? This came up a lot this week as we're talking about it.
Everyone should get this one. Only 60%
went with 2003, and that is correct.
All right,
that is correct. Right. Those choices were pretty close to each other. That was a tough one, Chris. I gotta say.
I'm not trying to give away. Blah.
What team is Pete Rose playing for in his 1984 Fleer update card? The Phillies, the White Sox, the Expos, or the Reds? Everybody finally remembers those Pete Rose White Sox days, I'm sure. All right. The correct answer is the Expos. Also one of my favorite Donruss cards. Yes. Short time playing with the Expos, 52%. Lincoln Thomas, an SFO Sox fan and Cardboard Showcase. Familiar leaderboard there, I'd have to say.
Yep.
What year Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s first Bowman Chrome autos? 2015, 2016, 2017, or 2019? Vladdy Jr.'s first Bowman Chrome autos. He's one of the top prospects in baseball for several years. 50% went with 2016, Chris.
I think that's right.
They are correct. Yep.
He looks so young.
Thomas. Yeah, looks young. Cooper 252 pulls into second place.
Ooh,
Against which pitcher did Freddie Freeman not hit a World Series home run in 2024? Nestor Cortez, Garrett Cole, Luis Gil, or Carlos Rodon? Man, I don't know this one. He would have hit him off all of them.
He hit so many home runs, Jeff.
Garrett Cole. That would be my guess.
Garrett Cole's correct.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that was a tough one. Pretty spread out. Almost everybody knew he hit one off Nestor. Whose 2013 Topps Chrome card is this? Justin Verlander, Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, or Maglio Ordonez? This is the artichoke card, Chris.
Yeah, the back of head.
Yeah.
Just don't put Verlander. Okay.
All right. No Verlander guesses. Surprisingly.
93%, Jeff. That makes me happy. I like that.
That means we're reaching our audience with our love of SFPs. Lincoln Thomas pulling away a little bit.
Jeff.
582. What team lost the most games in 2024? White Sox, Angels, Marlins, or Rockies? My 7-year-old son has been making fun of this team lately because he's been playing the show and they always play this team.
Oh, that's not fair.
Games. Yeah. 90% went with the Chicago White Sox, and they are correct.
I think Shelly's score might be in trouble here. I bet Lincoln Thomas answered this one real quick.
Answer to that last question. Third place, John at
563.
Congratulations.
That score would have won a little while ago. Cooper 252 is
600 for Cooper. I love it. Woo! And finishing in first place, Lincoln Thomas 661. Congratulations, Lincoln Thomas. An excellent job.
Jeff, is that 1 point below Shelly's all-time score?
Shelly's gonna have to. Didn't Shelly think it was like 687 or something?
I thought he said 662, but it could be that I'm just trying to imagine some drama here.
Shelly said 697.
697. Oh, I'm pretty sure he's lying about that.
Congratulations on your first top 5 finish, ATL Jeff Black. I didn't have my phone in my hand for the first question.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that. Yeah, the
I don't
countdown
even know what
starting
the first
faster.
question was.
So Lincoln Thomas, if you're with us, and I assume you are, congratulations. Would you like the Jackson Merrill red foil or the Jackson Merrill Stadium Club Chrome?
Yeah, and you can probably get it and trade it to SFO Sox fan.
But yeah, Professor's Dugout, the timer, the first one of these I did, Jeff Wilson had it on his show on Sports Card Investor, and I panicked hard. And then after like 3 seconds of not being sure, your brain will just shut down. And I didn't even answer like 2 of the questions. I felt really bad. All right, Lincoln Thomas, red foil coming at you. Shoot me your address on Instagram at Baseball Card Addict. Send that to me. And Cooper252, we've got a Stadium Club Chrome Merrill rookie for you. Send one of us your info on Instagram, either My Favorite Cardboard or Baseball Card Addict.
This is interesting. The battery says, I did buy one of the cards in the trivia recently.
Oh.
Interested to know what it is. Maybe the Mookie Betts flag card?
I did see actually that Aaron Judge card with a raw copy was up for bids recently. So I'm going to guess it's that.
Ooh, Aaron Judge?
I like those 2020 update back of jersey cards. Those look really cool.
I do too. That's a great theme, the back of jersey. It's just one of those things, BFG.
Yeah, it's a heart attack waiting to happen. Congratulations, by the way, the top 3. You also all beat the M. Parsons score, which is normally like the pace car for this event. She had a tough time with this one.
Well, yeah, this is very card specific.
Now,
specific, I should say.
I don't want to backtrack too much here, Jeff, but ATL Jeff Black did in fact post the best line from the movie Dodgeball. So I feel like it does need to be shared. So I'm going to throw this up.
Oh, that's not backtracking. We're right. We're caught up to that. That's it.
All right. Yeah. Just a fantastic line, a written line and delivery from Rip Torn, I think.
Oh, Rip Torn says that line? That's great.
Oh, yeah. You can hear it, like deep, the sarcasm. It's sterile, and I like the taste.
Michael Stone also offering, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I could watch a 15-minute movie of Justin Long getting hit by stuff, which we pretty much get in this movie. He gets hit by a wrench. He gets hit by power tools. He gets hit by all sorts of stuff, and it is fantastic. All right, 689. Shelly, good job.
689.
That's a pretty quick and efficient dig into the archives, Jeff.
Yeah, I think he's probably got it on a plaque, as he should.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Okay, so well done at trivia, everybody. I'm sorry if anyone missed the first question. The page to share for Jeff to read the questions didn't quite load as fast as it should, but it was up there, hopefully for you guys, most of you at least.
Yeah,
I want to go back to these real ones here. I am legitimately the last time I can remember, Jeff, and maybe there were others, but the Topps flagship paper design with an on-card auto was the Guerrero mystery auto from 2019, right?
Yeah, I believe somebody else had said they had done a few mystery autos in the past, but yeah, that's probably the last one I can think of, which is 5 years ago. We just don't see them. We just don't see autographs on these base card images.
Yeah.
Do you know what this specific parallel is, Chris, of this judge that's up there?
I can't tell, but to me this looks like the superfractor, but it has those like circle kind of foil marks on it, which it looks like a superfractor, but
it's not chrome, so technically they don't have a superfractor, right? So
they have foil. I think there are going to be foil. Yeah. To the best of my knowledge, what we initially saw on the first checklist, that they were like foil parallels. There weren't ink color parallels. There were foil parallels. So maybe this is the gold foil parallel.
Gold foil, yeah. Foil fractor, we're being told.
Okay, there you go.
Or a honeycomb. Right. I don't know. I didn't even know that was an option.
I'm hoping honeycomb is not an option. I'm hoping that was a joke. But who knows what sort of snack treat related parallels we may get from these. But the checklist on this is 47 cards, and it is full of big and exciting names like Judge, Harper. I wrote a bunch down. James Wood, Kobe Mayo, Clayton Kershaw, Dylan Cruz, Gunnar, Merrill, Julio, Trout's on here, Skenes, Vlad Jr., Acuna, Ohtani. Like,
Churio?
I think these cards might be. That's a good question, Jeff.
I would love to see that.
I certainly hope I didn't just skip over him.
Wonder where they would put the rookie cup with this auto design. That's unusual to see a big open spot for an auto on a.
It is. Yeah, I wonder if they move the gold cup or if they just kind of fade it with the rest of the image.
Oh, good question. Yeah, if it's just behind that.
Let's see.
Whoa,
There is a
Gregory.
Cheerio.
Oh, what? There is a Cheerio?
I believe there is a Cheerio, unless. Oh no! Wait a second. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Cheerio did not make the real one list.
Is he in the regular list? Professor's thrown out his version will be in Series 2. If
possible.
his card is in Series 2, it would be.
Cheerio is on the 90 tops auto list, but that has 201 cards, and I feel like pretty much everyone is on that list. Oh, actually, you know what? Cheerio's not on that. Oh wait, there he is. Yeah, maybe they're holding Cheerio back for Series 2. I know Mookie Betts is not in Series 1.
Yeah, they're holding some good players back. Gregory says, my wife opened a Topps account and pre-ordered the Hobby Megabox combo. Said she's getting ready to order Stadium Club for me and Allen and Ginter for herself. You all have created a monster.
Wow, Gregory. Maybe she and M. Parsons could start like, I don't know, some sort of like spousal support club.
Oh boy, yeah, Mrs. Gregory. That's great.
Yeah, Professor Dugout, you are correct. There is no Cheerio in Series 1. Good call.
So then his rookie cup and all of those parallels will be in Series 2.
Yeah, Mad City Brew. I'm sorry, I have to. If someone writes it, I have to say it. I don't think that hurts him though. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, for saying it.
Yeah.
I would absolutely hate this glitter. If you have kids, you know what a bane of your existence glitter can be, because it's in a lot of art projects and then it gets all over it. It's nearly impossible to clean up. So I might have to avoid all Topps packs if they actually had glitter in.
Right. I did a quick rundown on the regular or the base checklist, Jeff.
Yeah.
And some things of note. I thought the best rookies, my opinion. People, please tell me what rookies that are in Series 1 you're excited about. But James Wood appears to be the best, for sure. Dylan Cruz is his teammate, and he's probably number 2. So if you're buying into breaks here, it's Nationals. I mean, Nationals are going to be like a third of the cost of the box,
especially knowing that Cheerio is not in Series 1. The Brewers is going to be a little rough. Oof.
Yeah, so the third best rookie, the best non-Nationals rookie I can find, Jeff, is Kobe Mayo of the Orioles. Got a little cup of coffee. He did thankfully make this checklist. He's got some autos as well.
Okay.
And then we got Braves, hopefully future ace and second best Spencer on the team, Spencer Schwellenbach. He's in here. And the fifth rookie who I think is noteworthy is the owner of the current best nickname in baseball. And this might get some arguments, but Big Christmas, John Kinsey Noel is also in Series 1.
Can you spell his first name?
I cannot. No.
Okay. I wonder if
I can spell his last name, though. I can spell the last name.
W. Mike, thanks for your support to Blabbin Trivia. Have you seen the him replacement SSP and best? You were talking about the him ones, Chris.
Well, yeah, those looked really interesting last year in Bowman's Best. They are not on the checklist this year, but I heard someone mention in the chat here, someone said what they were. I saw Mama's Breaks posted one that she pulled an Aaron Judge. Let me see if I can grab an image of this out of Bowman's Best. Hold on a sec.
I think is this the Strokes of Gold?
Yes,
Strokes of Gold SSP, if that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably
it's a hard to find insert, like a case
yes,
hit.
That is exactly right. Yeah, it's a very hard to find insert. Let me see if I can grab a good looking image here. Here we go. Here, since we're sharing Aaron Judge cards anyway, this is what it looks like. It looks like it has some texture to it.
Oh, I see the strokes are paint strokes. I get it.
Yeah.
To go along with the stroke, the swinging stroke. Okay.
I think so.
I see a little clever play on words, and the Bowman's Best in gold. Yeah, if it has a little texture to it, that would be nice.
Yeah, I visually that this card looks really nice. I don't know why they got rid of the him. It's possible that the erectile dysfunction medicine maybe decided they didn't want the same name.
But from a distance, I first thought this was a baseball glove behind him, and then it looked like French fries. So I don't really know
All right, if you blink one eye and kind of cross the other one, it does look like French fries.
Yeah, it's like a McDonald's fries. I
Yeah.
wonder if they're a sponsor with this. Strokes of gold.
That may have just ruined the insert card for a lot of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Gregory
BFG, I would say we're looking at potentially a really bad rookie class for Series 1. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be bad. You never know. But last year we were sort of spoiled, Jeff, with like Dominguez and De La Cruz, Evan Carter.
We've had some really good rookie classes the past few years, except for 2021? Was that the bad year? That, I mean, in retrospect, it's worse. But at the time, it didn't seem that bad. Royale saying looks like French fries too.
Yeah. 2021 turned out to not be great, except Tariq Skubal, who was on absolutely no one's list of like rookies to invest in at the time. So anyone who has a bunch of Dylan Carlson stuff, it just looks like that's not going to work out.
Okay, apparently the entire chat also thinks it looks like French fries, and now the battery's hungry. So
right? I think we all want some French fries right now.
Yeah, we'll take that off the screen until we get our affiliate link up for McDonald's, so people can order their Uber Eats or wherever from McDonald's.
That's one affiliate link that might actually pay off for us, Jeff.
It might, yeah.
But yeah, I think Series 1 is all about the autos. They're pumping those Barry Bonds autos. He's going to have one as a Pirate and a Giant.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. The Nationals would be a team to get, and also the Pirates and Giants, but they've got to be such hard pulls to get. I can't imagine.
I have a feeling too, Jeff, those Bonds autos might be like the Ohtani auto in Stadium Club Chrome in 2020. Like it's on the checklist and they exist, but how many of those are there going to be? And by the way, I've decided for 2025, Jeff, the rookie that I'm going to go with a lot whenever I need an auto I don't want, for example. I already chose the name. Let me find him. Oh,
right,
and of course,
is this replacing Funderbunk?
Funderburk.
Funderburk.
Remember, it is Funderburk. Oh crap! Hold on, where is he? Make sure I say it right. I don't want to get. He's on the Rockies, as all the best rookies are. Aaron Schunk.
Oh,
of the Colorado Rockies will be my go-to whenever I need Aaron Schunk.
I remember I pulled a non-auto, but a gold Bowman first of Aaron Shunk's. Don't forget your boy Soderstrom.
Well, I can't. And it's funny, every time Jeff and I mention him, there's like two people that watch Spitball and that PC him, and they're constantly asking about our cards.
Yeah. So he does
Kate's got a question here about, and on release, those Topps Chrome Legend autos at Griffey were going for a lot. That first Bonds, I mean, it's going to go for, I would say probably close to that. Like, I bet it hits 2K, the first one that gets pulled, Jeff. If it goes,
what do you think is going to go for more, his Pirates or his Giants?
Oh, the Giants. Because knowing Bonds, you think he signs them the same way? Or do you think he maybe kind of like rushes the Pirates but takes his time on the Giants?
Well, I guess it depends how skinny he looks on the Pirates and how.
It's true.
Brandon
with a very funny comment.
Giants.
Yeah. Saying we've had the taco fractor, so why not give the Arches some love?
Yeah, maybe they couldn't get an agreement with McDonald's. It would be fun if they picked a different fast food joint for every year. They could do a Dairy Queen fractor, like a Blizzard fractor or something.
Yeah.
Tanner thinks this is going to make you hungry, Chris. Aaron, chicken trunks.
Oh man, I was a little hungry when we started, and bourbon can only satiate hunger for so long.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I will get to them. And yeah, Tanner, you mentioned before you did miss a really nice run of the Freddie Freeman Topps Blacks. Yeah, I want to know how many of these are going to be, how many we're going to see. But that 90 Topps design is so cool, Jeff. I'm excited to see what the color pattern is going to be in the background on the border.
Yeah.
What the images will be. I know Acuna's got a couple different autos, so I'm looking forward to seeing what images of his they're going to use.
Now, I didn't look at the odds, Chris, but I've seen a lot of videos complaining about how absurd the odds are. I assume that extends to the autographs as well.
Yes, I've actually, during trivia, I tried to find the page that has all the odds because I want to talk about them, and I cannot track it down. But I know the odds on the Topps Golds jumped a lot, and that's usually a great place to look because they're numbered similarly every single year. And as those pack odds massively increase, we can kind of see
one per how many packs or how many boxes. Yes. Yeah. Han Solo does not want to know the odds, Chris.
Okay.
Never
And
tell me the odds. Oh yeah, this will create some consternation in the Parsons household.
yeah, I mean, as always, of course, the gold mirrors are going to be my number one interest. I'm just curious what kind of time frame they've had. I highly doubt, Jeff, they can get any World Series imagery onto the Dodgers cards. I have a hard time imagining it.
We've talked about that. They got those SSSPs in, so
They did.
I'd love them to continue to do that.
There is they call them variations, but I feel like it's more of an insert set called Dancing Dodgers on the checklist.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like apparently this was a Freddie Freeman dance move he did at some event. And so the players just copied it and used it on the field, which is fantastic. So
All the kids are doing it, Chris. All
Yeah.
the kids at Little League are doing that.
Of course they are. So if you're not sick of that yet, there's going to be a bunch of those. I didn't see if Chris Taylor was on the was on the checklist, but
1 in 11 jumbo packs means not guaranteed a single auto. Is that a single gold? I'm assuming this is the single gold in a jumbo box.
yeah,
And,
and that's a huge change.
I did not see this, Chris.
Well, I didn't
First
either.
ones hit eBay today. Did any of them sell?
I will pull those up so we can see what they look like. But speaking of mystery redemptions, cardboard showcase, thank you for mentioning that. I had written down, if anyone noticed, I'm sure you guys did, but in Bowman Chrome this year, there were 2 mystery auto redemptions. And the assumption was always going to be that Skenes was one of them, but no one knew what the other one is. But it's also Ohtani.
Is
So
it
he
really?
has Bowman Chrome autos this year. They don't, I mean, not like first or anything, but it's just a cool looking card. Just a Bowman Chrome Shohei Ohtani auto. It looks really great. And I think the Paul Skenes, oh wow. The Paul Skenes Bowman Chrome rookie auto is at this point, and that, damn it, I actually had one to look at. I think it's the best looking rookie auto for Paul Skenes so far. So give me a second. Let me pull up some cards here.
Asking prices sound high.
Oh yeah.
Abel says one was listed for $10K, a second for $5,999, and a third for $8K on the red ink Ohtani. Wow.
That feels like a lot.
So I assume they're numbered to the year, or numbered out of not to the year, out of 73, something like that.
That's the Skenes. Did I share it right? Did I share it, Jeff?
I put it up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool.
That's a great image. I like that a lot.
You get a nice view of the mustache there.
Of course. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of Skenes rookie autos that are kind of that same thing. Like, like he's kind of pitching at you, hands coming around. Okay. Hold on.
And this looks good with the black jersey, black glove, black sleeves, black in the border, and the refractor. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, this guy. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's throw this is the Ohtani.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. Sweet. So is that his image? His same base image?
I think that's the base image, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've heard your voice get low like that before, Jeff.
Shelly with some breaking news here. Someone bought the Braves 2022 Ultra SSD set while we were live. Maybe it's somebody in the chat. Congratulations to whoever bought it.
Wow.
Is this you, Battery?
Whoever bought that, congrats. That is wow.
You know how much we lost out by not having an affiliate link, Chris, on that one?
Even like a 2% or something. That'd be great.
I think, even 0.2%.
I'll take the
KTK with a question here. You think about buying red ink autos given the uncertainty on continuity going into 2025. Well, I feel pretty confident with the recent reports that we've gotten that we will get Heritage and we will get red inks in there. So I even if we didn't, I think they would still be highly sought after, like I believe the black parallels will be. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to take that much of a hit.
No.
What do you think, Chris?
Nope. I love them just as much. And if they did, for whatever reason, discontinue them, they might even become more sought after because we don't get more of them.
True. That's a good point.
But yeah, I think, I would not hesitate to pick up a nice rookie red ink auto or this one though, as SFO Sox fan is saying, and some other people in the chat are saying, I would not pay $5K for this. For prices like that, like you can get a finest rookie auto of Ohtani.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have that. There's going to be 9 more years of Shohei Ohtani Dodger autos.
Yep, agreed.
And they're all going to have this new signature that he's doing. I'd rather give me something with the original signature, because every year that goes by, those earlier autos, they get a smaller percentage of Ohtani autos, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The battery's saying, I threw out an offer. He declined. I panicked and bought it.
Does that mean you panicked and hit the buy it now?
Yeah. It's exactly right.
Congratulations, buddy. Not many people have that set. On Instagram, I believe Cards and Crypto has all 5. And ATL for the win has 4. I think Brave Dolphin on Instagram has all 5, but not many people have that set, nor ever will. So congratulations.
Yeah. What are we thinking is the print run on those, Chris?
25, maybe 30.
If that, man, we see so few of them. Yeah.
There's like 15 Acuna's graded. I think he's the most graded.
Is there
card.
really? Okay, I didn't realize that. Oh, that could be pretty good.
Yeah, the Freeman, I want to say the Freeman has like 3 gems of 4 9s or something, maybe 10 total. Those are really, really hard to find. And they dried up real fast after release. Yeah, Shelly, I mean, I know you and I have talked about it. There's like 5 or 6 people on Instagram and Facebook who've told me, like, if I ever see one of those, please let them know. And I feel like if I ever saw it, by the time I even sent it to someone, it's already going to be gone. Jeff, any thoughts on this? You don't want me to answer this one.
Oh, I don't know. I was with what you said tonight about him. You're predicting he's going to be back by the end of April. So
I do. I think he'll be back sooner. I think
if we could get 135 game season out of him, that would be pretty incredible. And I think we would see a lot. I don't see him getting the 50-50 that some people are throwing out there, which it sounds like he is kind of put off a little bit that he wasn't the first to get there. But I think that might be coming in 2026. I'm expecting a big thing. They said he's not going to run as much. I don't really see that standing up. Maybe when he first gets back, but I believe by the second half of the season, he's going to be running. I think he's going to be a point per game monster for fantasy. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. I for this season, I don't think he's going to be stealing bases with the sort of exuberance in the past, but going into next season, yes, I think this season he's just going to be. He'll be an offensive machine for the second half for sure. Once he gets his timing down, I think it may be as he goes forward, Jeff, he becomes less of a speedster on the bases. Like he stops trying to steal and just focuses on power. I could see that happening.
He might, but I think as he matures, he's going to become a better base runner too. So he's not going to have to just rely on speed to get those stolen bases. So I feel,
yeah, but Battery Carlisle Road, please tell us what your Instagram is so we can all make sure we have that. And when the cards show up, maybe in 2 weeks, we can post it. If you post it, we'll share it in here and talk about it, because those 5 cards are special for any Braves fan. And I don't know why Topps doesn't do that every year. Give us 5 Ultra SPs in Series 1.
They should.
Celebrating the World Series
of the World Series. You know they're going to be popular with collectors of that team, and there'll be fun chase cards right out of the chute.
I can understand maybe Jeff, when the Braves won, they weren't like a star-studded roster, so maybe Topps was like, do we really need to make more Jorge Soler Ultra SP cards? But the Astros won the next year. I mean, there's Verlander, there's Yordan Alvarez, there's Kyle Tucker's not really a star. Altuve is in there. There's a decent number of 5. And that Rangers team was stacked with potential Hall of Famers. And obviously last year, I mean, good Lord. So I feel like they could bring that back and people would just be excited about it. But Mad City Brew, what if I do? Because I want all of them.
Yeah. And it's, his prices are starting to creep back up. You've pointed out. So is the buying opportunity, the buying window on Acuna closed?
I don't think it. Well, My buying window will never close, Jeff.
Right.
Even if I have to wear, my dad's clothes for the rest of my life. Well, what time is it? I guess we can jump into this a little bit. This card, let me find it. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. This card ended this Probstein auction of a Ronald Acuna Jr. 2018 Topps Chrome blue refractor rookie auto. This ended a few days ago. Excuse me. And the price of it really surprised me. So does anyone want to take a guess where this card, what this card sold for?
No idea.
No idea. I will give you a couple of facts.
Okay.
On November 3rd, the same card graded with the same grade sold for $1,140. Okay. On November 23rd, another copy of the card sold for $1,580.
Same month. Wow.
Same month. So this is January. This one sold January 15th. Let me know what you guys think. And what, it's beautiful. The blue with the blue ink.
It's Probstein, as many people have chatted. Mad City's thrown out since Probstein's 6K.
$6,000. Yeah. There are lots of red flags for sure. Probstein has done some very shady things that I'm not overly thrilled with.
No, but we've also heard from a lot of people that prices are inflated on Probstein because a lot of people have credit there from selling, and they feel like that they'll just buy it with their credit. So yeah, they definitely get higher prices. Some surely because it's shilled, but also because it's like people with play money sometimes at Probstein.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you're at like Dave & Buster's and you've got money on that card. Like, do you really care that game of air hockey is actually costing you $6? Like, no, you just want to play air hockey.
Good point.
That might be a bad example, but yeah. So yes, Probstein, they're up. You can use your, like Jeff said, you can use your account credits, and that does sort of keep the prices up a little bit, perhaps higher than they should be. There are some funny guesses in there. We won't roll with the suspense too much.
2,000.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we are. $1,924. So it does seem like Acuna stuff is slowly moving up. Even if we remove like say 10, 15% for the Probstein bump, it's still an increase over where it was in November.
So Chris, let me ask you this. Is that Acuna specific, or is that we've got past the holidays, we're moving towards baseball season? Is baseball in general seeing a little bit of an uptick?
I offer absolutely no overarching theory here. I'm just here to talk about Acuna right now. I don't know. I don't know if we're there. I don't know if we're there for the baseball bump yet, Jeff. I think camp's open in about a month. Yeah, so 350 games of air hockey or this Acuna. Man, that's a tough call. Yeah. That is a tough call. But yeah, I think the speculation will start about what this guy can do when he comes back. And I think it happened last time. We saw a bump, as he was coming back. But this time, honestly, guys, like just be aware of what's happened to this dude over the last 5 seasons. Like he's given us, due to COVID and 2 injuries, we've had 2 full seasons out of the last 5, right? 20.
Yeah. So it's really taken a toll on his counting numbers and Hall of Fame odds. So keep that into consideration.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say it. I have to tell myself all the time. I love this dude, and I do think that he's one of those players who's so exciting and beloved that his values should. No, I shouldn't say should. His values could sort of pass where his WAR, you would assume his WAR would take his values. Kind of similar to Bryce Harper in that way, Jeff.
Yeah.
But the bat down, I don't know. There's a ton of bat downs out there. I wouldn't rush out to buy a bat down. And the Sapphire
what is that
too.
Running now, BFG. What price is it? What is that down to? I mean, there might be a price point at which, especially if you want it for your personal collection, that it makes sense.
Let's take a quick look. Let's see. The last PSA 10. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's ask the chat. No one look. What did the last 2 PSA 10s have sold in the last week?
Of the bat down?
Of the bat down. And they sold really, really close to each other in value.
I mean, are we getting near $500 for that card? Chasing Major says 600. ATL Jeff Black says 600.
Yeah, those guesses are right there.
Another 600, 750. That seems a little high for what we've seen. Shelly's throwing out 400. What do we got?
It's a little small. I apologize. Bahaha. The last two sales were 625 on the 12th and 643 on the 13th.
Okay.
For PSA 10s. One of those was, let's see, the Fanatics Collect store, and the other one was an auction run by DC Sports. So, I mean, I think that's where we are with this card. If you're off eBay, I mean, I'm not paying more than $600 for it. But it's also a card that the PSA pop is probably getting up there, Jeff. I would, if someone gave me a raw for under $200, I'd probably just take that for my PC and call it a day. Yeah,
I think you're right. And that's exactly what Dave said. He got a raw for 200.
There you go.
ATL Jeff Black, I might be by at 500. That's where I would consider it, but
it's such like an iconic image, and I still love that sapphire. But I have not seen, and I could have missed a couple. I haven't seen a sapphire go up for bids in a while. I've seen a lot of people kind of holding the line with their asking prices.
And they have sold?
Okay. On day after Christmas, we got a PSA 9 sold for $1,180.
PSA 9, huh?
And that was at auction. It's not bad.
Such a great looking card, man.
It really is. And before that, it looks like the same thing. A PSA 9 sold for $1,400. I apologize if you guys can't quite see. And that's back in August. So yeah, I think a lot of people are people don't want to sell this card for.
No, I'm holding mine.
I mean, look at that thing. I think I'm still sharing this page. Look, it's just an absolutely beautiful card. Nice rounded glutes. I mean, it's just, there's a lot to like there.
Yeah, the way the bat comes down, just a very cool photograph. Yeah, great, Dave. I like this. Figured it was the best time to buy. He was out of sight, out of mind in September.
Oh, yeah.
A question here from Kate. Is it fair to say counting stats will matter less and less moving forward? Attention span of the average collector goes down by the day, and folks become more familiar with single play or game highlights. I would say yes. I think peak is becoming more important, but you still have to have enough significant seasons to create a memorable peak. So yes, so I think counting stats will matter less. We've talked about this from the pitching perspective, Chris. There's not going to be a lot of 300 game winners, 3,000 strikeout guys going forward. So yeah, what will the new statistical benchmarks be? And I think a lot of it will have to do with their individual seasons.
There's been a lot of talk about peak. In the last 5 or 7 years, the Hall of Fame, I think, is definitely trending in that direction, especially with pitchers, like Jeff just said, because those big numbers just aren't coming around anymore.
Yeah, and they still want to look at, it's usually a 7-year peak that they talk about, Chris. So
yeah,
you got to have enough healthy years to get there.
Yeah. I mean, I love this guy. I love Acuna, but he's got to get back on the field. He needs to give us 2 or 3 straight healthy seasons.
Right,
because start racking up runs scored.
What's happened with Trout, but before that, Trout had 5, 6 monster years before he's entered his injury phase. So Trout's already got it built in.
Yes. No, but I mean, Trout had 6 straight years of never finishing below second in the MVP. It's 5 or 6 years.
An unreal streak. It happened before the hobby boom and before you and I were back in the hobby. I can't imagine what that would be like now if a player did that. But I mean Ohtani, we're kind of seeing Ohtani do it.
Acuna's given us one absolutely incredible season, and unfortunately, half of another incredible season, and then a rookie of the year and a great follow up. But he needs to stay on the field. He's got to start. I mean, 149 runs. Again, he led the league in runs, OPS, OPP, stolen bases. That combination does not usually happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just got to get back on the field. And honestly, some postseason moments will go a very, very long way.
Yeah.
As we saw, Aaron Judge's cards dropped because he dropped a fly ball in the World Series.
Which is one moment after a historically significant offensive season.
Yeah. Yeah. You could argue he had one of the best right-handed hitting seasons of all time. And people just want to crap on him for dropping a fly ball. So
yeah. And what does he have to do to make people forget that? Get the Yankees back to the playoffs again this year?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I love Acuna, but I do feel like his cards really aren't going to move a ton. We'll see little, bumps and dips, but he's got to show us two seasons, and we'll see. I mean, the team should be good on paper, so maybe we'll get some good October moments out of him, Jeff.
Yeah. Yep. Curator with swinging wildly the other way, passing on Acuna with an Enos Slaughter rookie, PSA 2 auto 10, pop 10 for less money.
Interesting.
For that.
Yeah, no, you don't often see those two cards being discussed at the same time.
Being weighed.
Yeah, battery, you're right. Maybe we just got to get Acuna more booze. Maybe that's the solution. I don't think. I'm not sure I want to see that. Alcohol plus those dirt fields he's been hitting on, that seems like a recipe for trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did see someone, I think it was Tim's SF Giants fan, Bam, but that's a lot of letters jumbled together at this point in the night.
Yeah.
I believe it was he who said that we're not going to see another 300 game winner, and he's 100% right. Unless Skenes, unless that body type can miraculously stay healthy, no one else seems to be able to do it. So I don't think we're ever going to see that again. 3,000 strikeouts, yes, but 300 wins, no.
ATL Jeff Black, maybe. I mean, he had those back-to-back MVPs. He had a really good peak, but it was very short, and he dropped off substantially, more like an Andrew Jones type drop-off, sadly.
Yeah.
So I don't think so, but
yeah, those two guys. Yeah, that's an excellent comparison. They both had very similar career trajectories, and both just disappeared in their like very early 30s.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, Doc's cards. So yeah, Chipper Jones did have an ACL injury before he even made it to the big leagues. That was the year he was supposed to debut. He ripped his ACL in spring training. The list of professional athletes that have had both knees repaired and come back and been successful, it's small. It's very short. There's a couple guys in the NFL that did it, and God only knows what medicines they were on, Jeff, to allow them to play through it.
Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe did it in soccer, but I don't think anyone in baseball has come back from two ACLs and had some sustained success. So we'll see what happens.
The way his game is predicated on speed and agility.
Yeah, I have concerns, but I also believe, I think Shelley, I'm not sure who said it, but like, he doesn't need to steal 50 bases a year to be a productive player. He's got the pop. He's got the power. As a leadoff hitter, if he can get back to where his eye was in 2023, he doesn't need to run. He doesn't need to steal bases like that to be an incredible player. So I'm not overly concerned, but I'm just nervous, apprehensively optimistic. I may have coined a phrase, Jeff.
Apprehensively optimistic. I like
yes.
it. Okay, a lot of Dale Murphy talk. We could dig into Dale Murphy's resume. He will get in. He had a couple weak years mixed in there.
But the committee already had a chance, and they didn't put him in. They didn't put him or Mattingly in. They put McGriff in. So I don't know. I don't think McGriff is getting in. I feel like it would have happened already.
I mean, Dale Murphy had 4 seasons of over 5.5 WAR, which is great, but it's just not long enough.
It's just not long enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always part of that great trivia question about players that have won 2 MVPs, but I just don't think it wasn't long enough. Just like Andrew Jones, like they each needed like 2 or 3 more really good years, and they couldn't do it.
No, I mean I'm looking at Murphy right now. 87 was his last good year. He had a 7.7 WAR, which is a huge season. 11th in the MVP, and then after that, he played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more years, either negative WAR or 1 WAR. And so young still too. Yeah. Garvey, he's Steve Garvey. There's a good comp too.
Yeah.
To Dale Murphy.
Star, big moments.
Yeah.
Kate just threw a dagger through my heart.
I saw a comment about that earlier. I didn't want to bring it up to you, but yeah.
I don't even want to share that comment. It hurts. That one hurts.
Yeah, that's
I mean, hopefully never, but that's a possibility. And I hate to say it, but that is a possibility.
I mean, the thing that Acuna has, unlike Eric Davis, is he did get that big year. I mean, Eric Davis got hurt in that season when he would have easily gotten 40-40. What did he end up with, like 35-50 or something?
Something like that.
In 130 some games.
There are similarities, like just endless talents in both of those bodies, like absurd athleticism, speed, power. Pros for Acuna, he put together the full season and won the MVP unanimously. The pros for Eric Davis is he got to play in that World Series. He had a couple moments, like he homered in that World Series, whereas Acuna was injured when the Braves won.
Good point there.
I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, there is right now. It looks like there's a pretty strong correlation between those two guys, but hopefully in 4 years we never say those two names in the same sentence again.
Yeah, curator, there's a lot to be said about how much training is too much training, how much playing is too much playing. And I know Acuna is one of those guys who played year round since he was 15 years old, Chris. So there's a lot of games on those legs. And yeah, at some point it might just be too much.
I was not thrilled after he won the MVP that he went right to the Venezuelan League and played in some league games. I mean, I know he loves the game and that's great. When he won the MVP, he was in that locker room and like Mookie Betts was picking his kids up from school and it looked like Freddie Freeman was like drinking in his garage. And they were both like laughing at the idea that Acuna was still playing. Like your body needs to rest.
Yeah. Especially
and I say this,
he's not like an Ortiz type where he could just go hit bombs, walk the bases and sit back in the dugout.
Yeah. I say this as someone who has, refused rest days regarding the gym quite frequently, but your body needs rest. Like it's just a fact of nature. It can't recover. And I think he gave himself not enough time. That was horrific English, what I just said, Jeff.
Yeah, but I think everybody agrees.
Right.
The battery, Garvey did lead the majors in illegitimate children for several seasons. I believe that record is still his to own. Professor Dugout, more players need to look into John Kruk's workout regimen in the offseason. That did pretty well for him, although his career didn't make it too deep into his 30s either. So maybe
I don't recall how many 30 steal seasons did John Kruk have? I don't remember, but yeah, it's okay.
I don't think he got there for his career.
Right. Yeah.
One final Hall of Very Good questions here. Pedroia gets into the Hall of Fame. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. His numbers should be retired. It will be retired at Fenway for sure. 100%
player there for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But the Hall of Fame, no, unfortunately.
All right, Chris, we're going a little bit long. Was there anything else you wanted to get to?
There's actually a couple other eBay auctions I wanted to throw up here that we could chat about briefly. Okay. It's funny that I was like, hey, let's talk about Series 1. And then we pretty much talked about everything but that's okay.
Well, we did talk about the autos in Series 1.
Yeah, we did talk about the autos.
The canvas parallels that they've added or the wood. We'll have to talk about that.
So this is a card. Here we go. This card ended yesterday on eBay. So this is Paul Goldschmidt's first Topps Chrome card. So he was in update, in 2011, and they didn't get it. He did not get a Chrome card because there was no Chrome update. So 2012 was his first Topps Chrome card. He gets this cool shot with Kirk Gibson.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want who wouldn't want a baseball card with Kirk Gibson? So this card has some significance, I suppose, for Paul Goldschmidt collectors, if you will.
Yeah, but sadly, you do have to explain it because there's no rookie card shield on here. There's no first Chrome. Yeah.
It's just kind of a cool horizontal card. For whatever, they did this to Mike Trout as well, Jeff. On his first, so he has a similar situation. He was in Topps Chrome update in 2011. And then his first Topps Chrome card is 2012. And they gave him a very similar celebration with your teammates kind of.
Yeah.
Not
was
here.
Torrey Hunter in that one?
I believe Torrey Hunter is indeed in this one. So this was up for bids. And I'm curious what you guys think this would go for. It's a gold out of 50. Paul Goldschmidt, borderline Hall of Famer. What do we think? And I'll give you guys a hint. If you watch Spitball and Scotty B. Cards loves himself some Paul Goldschmidt.
Yes,
I sent him this listing and I was like, dude, here's a mid-end Goldschmidt card you really need. He's like, oh my God, I didn't see this one. And then he forgot to bid on it because he didn't realize when it was ending. So that affected the final price for sure.
Whoever got it was probably very grateful, or it might have been a little bit of a bidding war.
Yes. A couple questions really quick while people are talking. LKS, did Jeff and I pre-order any Series 1? We did not. And I saw someone else asked if you and I like cards of pitchers hitting. And we like image variations, SPs and SSPs of pitchers hitting a lot.
Yeah.
Especially guys like Bumgarner.
Or Holiday.
Or Holiday. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
A lot of wide range of guesses here. I believe it goes from $55 to $650, Chris.
Wow. One of you guys is really, 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 really close. And I suspect Tanner Klein was watching this one.
181 came in here.
Ready? Here we go,
Yeah.
Jeff. The correct answer is
$47.
$47. I think this might be the eBay steal of the week. And I regret sending it to Scotty B Cards because I would have bid like $80 on this and maybe walked away with it. I think it's a cool card.
You sent it to him for him to forget about it.
Yeah. When it comes to like I Topps Chrome Golds, I think this is the way to go. There's a lot of people on Instagram doing runs of players in Topps Chrome Golds, and I think it's just this is going to be the hallmark of Topps Chrome going forward. They want everything out of 50. They want the golds out of 50. I think this is stuff like this is great. Early Topps Chrome Golds make me excited.
Yeah, I think, and we know that that's going to be, like Chris said, that's going to be the standard. The gold, the 50s. That once they get basketball and football, is going to be all gold, the 50s. So that's, yeah.
And this is cool. And again, the Kirk Gibson cameo is that's just cool. All right. So speaking of golds, this one also ended this week. This is Marcus Simeon's Topps Chrome rookie card. So we do have the RC shield on this.
I see that in the corner, right over his left arm.
Gold refractor. Very sneaky, like possible late career Hall of Fame surge out of this guy. Started late, been putting up some pretty impressive seasons in Texas, but has absolutely no prospect autos. And I don't really think any prospect cards of note to speak of, Jeff.
He hardly has any cards, hardly even has rookie cards.
So something like this, he's got a Topps Black in 2014 and a Topps Chrome Gold in 2014. And those got to be, I mean, I guess you find the red, and an Atomic if you can ever see it. But this gold is awesome. I was looking at this. I really thought about bidding on it. Any thoughts on where this card ended? And I think it's really interesting when we get guys like this, Jeff, that do not have prospect cards because there's no dilution of demand. It should go, it should funnel right to this.
No first Bowman autos.
While we're waiting, Lucky Peter, that's a great job on eBay. Read the fine prints. Good work.
I would guess about $50.
Okay. Doc's card says 40.
There's got to be some Rangers fans who would be in on that. $18.95 for Professor's Dugout. 75 Mad City.
Okay.
10 Chasing Majors going $10.
Wow. All right.
I have a feeling Chris would have bid on it if it was $10.
If it was $10, I would have definitely made an effort.
Yeah.
A couple just
BFG's going $1 so he doesn't get overbid like everybody else did.
All right, fair enough. A couple facts about him. He'll be 34 this season. He's sitting on 45 career WAR. Absolutely no other numbers stand out. 1,500 career hits, but his last couple seasons, we're looking at 7.1, 5.5, 7.4, 4.1 WAR, and he's got a ring. But yeah, I don't think we're looking at any Hall of Fame candidacy here, but Texas Rangers might retire his number. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Rojo says 200 Texas fans be wild. Fair enough. Well, hold on to your hats. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
wait a second. Sorry. Hold on.
39.
That was, sorry. Give me a second.
Did it send you to a new one?
No, hold on 1 second. 14.
Ring of Honor type player. Curator says there's one on there for 370.
Okay. And okay. So this is the card. It ended $225.
Wow.
Thank you, market movers.
So that's 4 Paul Goldschmidt's worth.
4 Paul Goldschmidt's. Almost 5. Yeah.
That rookie card shield on there. That's a huge differentiator.
I think that made a big difference for sure. Okay. All right. 2 more cards, Jeff.
All right.
There we go. All right. The first one up.
Ooh.
It's a little small. Story of, this is Gunnar Henderson's Bowman Chrome rookie image variation auto. I love the idea of these cards. I think it's really cool. They're all numbered to 25. His name looks like he signs a GW. Neither here nor there. Kind of a cool image of him high-fiving in the dugout, similar to Adley
Interesting
Rutschman.
auto placement. I mean, that's at
Dead
least
center.
50% of the way up the card.
Oh yeah, they put it dead center.
Yeah.
This is a PSA 10. It's a very low pop. This was a best offer accepted sale. So I'm going to throw some numbers at you right here. I love this gunner too, BFG. This is awesome. He's got a lot of rookie autos, but stuff like this with like a specific image that's limited gets me excited. We have a Devers like this. I mean, if you follow us, I have an Albies as well that came back from PSA about 6 weeks ago. 2 months ago. Anyway, this was listed at, I believe, 3,500 or best offer, and it was best offer accepted. So what do we think was accepted? $1 billion. It was less than that.
Above asking. That would have been above asking.
Yeah. I probably auto declined. Like, you know what? No.
Yeah, no. I would guess I'm going to throw like 1450 out there.
Okay.
Probably more than that, but I just can't see paying more than that. But all right, we got a lot of guesses here from 469 to 2744.
That's a wide.
Okay.
Wow, that's a very wide range, right?
Yep.
Curator of Cardboard and Bazooka Tom, you guys, I'm wondering if one of you bought it. And if you did, good for you. So this is the card. I've opened up Market Movers. Image will be a little bit small, but the agreed on price was $2,750.
Curator of Cardboard. Dun, 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 dun. Nice.
Yep. We need tiny microphones, Jeff.
Yeah. Wow.
Everybody's
that's a
paying
lot of
new to
money
your
for
house.
that card. As Kate's pointing out, his Topps Chrome Gold autos are available at 1,100.
Right. Technically, there's fewer of these. This is also the kind of card where I get why they sold it the way they did with like best offer accepted, because it's going to take a very specific collector that's going to want this card, like, you know, an idiot, like say Jeff or I.
Yeah, you run this up for auction, it probably goes for $1,000, $1,500.
Yeah, because you're going to need two guys to run it up, but here you only need one. And I love the image rarity of it. That's what makes it really cool. I think to Jeff and I love it too, but I was watching it, but $2,700 is a little steep. So we'll see what he does in his, I guess, third year coming up.
Yeah, it kind of goes against a little bit what Chris and I are trying to do of buying more established players, and he sure seems like he's on a great trajectory, but I don't know. It'll cost us more to wait till we see him prove it for multiple years, but at the same time, I feel like that's the best way to get out of buying the wrong guys over and over.
Absolutely. By the way, Curator of Cardboard, I really enjoy your word choice here. Rummaging that's just a perfect word. I feel like that really describes people like me and Jeff and you and probably, 150 of the 164 people in this chat scrolling eBay in the wee hours of the night looking for something that's mislabeled or incorrectly described and seeing what kind of value we can get.
Odd ending auction time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What was that? Let me get the last one. What was the last one? Okay. We're going to end with like the most exciting name, I think, probably in the hobby right now. Mr. Paul Skenes.
Yeah. That's nice.
Here's his Topps Update rookie black. By the way, the thigh thickness here is just off the charts. Almost Spencer Strider-esque, Jeff.
Almost.
Not quite, though. Not quite.
Man, that looks good in a black parallel.
It sure does. It sure does. We can hope this isn't the last black parallel Paul Skenes ever gets, but it sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like we have somebody in the chat who's been hounding these.
Yeah? I don't know what Paul Skenes to buy. I really don't. He's got so many, and he's a pitcher, so I'm just worried to begin with, but this card looked really, really good. I was tempted to make an offer myself, and I didn't.
This is not not a bad card to go with if you're looking for a single Skenes.
Nope.
A lot of guesses from about 400 to 4,000.
Okay. It is now a slight cheat. It's in between those two numbers. One is a little bit closer than the other.
It's hard to tell. Are there condition issues on this? I know that bothers some people.
It looks pretty good. It looked good. It looked. I mean, I would say that if you were grading this, it's probably a 9.
That's
How about
pretty
that?
good for a black
Pretty
parallel.
Good. Pretty good. Okay, we got 1800. I see 2484.
888, 500.
I saw this. This made me laugh out loud. Bazooka Tom saying, "Please let us know if I do buy a Paul Skenes. I will let you know. I promise." I see Lucky Peter says 500. We see 2K 122.50. That seems a little bit wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm fairly certain, Jeff, this was up at a certain price with no offers available. And it was snatched up.
Somebody slammed to buy it now, huh?
Somebody slammed the buy it now. It is a cool looking card. The mustache to me is a little bit small. I would want to see that really creep down around the mouth a bit, but
a little bit flimsy for a guy his size, right?
Look at his forearms, for God's sake.
Yeah.
His hand looks like me holding a ping pong ball. But anyway, neither here nor there. Are you ready for the correct answer?
Yep. $600.
$600.
Doesn't seem bad, to be honest with you.
I didn't want to say anything. I want to hear what you were going to say first. I don't hate it.
I mean, I know what happened with us buying Spencer Strider cards last offseason and Garrett Cole, and we swore off pitchers. So
we did.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people here. Curator Cardboard says the forearm to neck ratio is way off. It's almost Popeye-esque in a way.
Yeah. Is that the angle or is that just how it is?
I don't know. I mean,
both forearms, maybe the back and the front. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is, in terms of flagship, this is his best card. Yeah.
Yeah.
So $600 for it. I don't know if it looked really clean. It's hard to tell. It looks like the picture is very tightly cropped. I would have asked for more photos. It actually looks like, hold on, there might be another photo in here. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, that's better. Now you can see the little whites on the corners as they're.
Yes, we can. Yeah. Up here on the top right, like this is definitely not a 10.
No, I'm thinking an 8 between the little off-centeredness and that.
Yeah. I think so too.
In the back, but
yeah. There's also a term, if you've got a pet at home, sometimes when pets fall asleep, their tongues stick out. My wife uses this term. I thought for sure she made it up. She assures me it's a real thing, but I see his tongue sticking out here as he's pitching. It's kind of like Michael Jordan dunking with the tongue out, but that's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a cool card. And like I said, in terms of flagship, I don't think you're going to do much better than this. Regardless of grade, there's only 74 of these, 73 others, as we discussed so much.
Bazooka Tom with a good question, and I've been talking about this too. I don't know. For me, it's his SSP, but his Topps Black. There's somebody acquiring several Topps Black parallels on Instagram.
So
this is a good option. Chris has brought this.
Figured I'd throw this one out there.
Yeah,
the Sapphire Red is a good place to go, although these are not readily available on any sales platform. Yeah, I think what Jeff just said, Topps Black, Topps SSP, those are going to be your two ways to go. And I would be concerned mildly at the sheer volume of variations a lot of the rookies in 2024 have. They're all different, or at least some of them are bland enough. But the Gatorade bath for Churio at a flagship is great. Especially what jersey does he have on there, Jeff? It's like the throwback,
I think he's got the City Connect, the Brew Crew jersey on there.
Okay.
Yeah. Or that's not technically their City Connect, I think, but the Brew Crew jersey, the light blue one.
Yeah.
This is disappointing and interesting. Chris and I know about black bordered cards being altered. A lot of times somebody takes a Sharpie to them to cover up those white spots. And so I can just say I'm glad that they caught that on you. It's frustrating. Your first thought is like really disappointment, but eBay may have saved you a lot of trouble right there. Yeah. Because Jeff and I have actually purchased a black card, and then under our light initially it looked fine, and we sent it in for grading and it came back altered. And then Jeff got a new light and we're like, oh my God,
This is someone just took a Sharpie.
Yeah.
And then, you feel like an idiot, or we felt like an idiot. So I think eBay dodged a bullet for you right there.
And then we ended up having to sell it. We got it slabbed as authentic, sold it.
Yeah. So we ended up taking a little bit of
authentic altered, but yeah, you're going to take a massive haircut. So you consider yourself lucky there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Woo.
Fair eBay win. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for sticking with us. I appreciate everybody joining in the Bob Uecker commiseration at the beginning. It's nice to know that he's reached other non-Brewer fans out there as well.
All right. Now, Jeff, we did have, I know this is a long video or a long time on here. So veto me if you want. You had a card you want to talk about that's in your hands that we picked up recently.
Yeah, I do want to show this. Chris was talking about 2020 Stadium Club. I'm going to show this guy. We always talk about iconic images. And this is a really iconic image of young Juan Soto. Rare autograph. Really glad to get this one in the collection.
Yeah. Stadium Club Chrome 2020 Shuffle Auto. Just no notes. Absolutely nailed it. World Series shot. Very cool. I mean, this guy signed about 125 cards right across his own glutes. This is, I don't want to use the phrase up our alley, but I love this set. I've talked about this set ad nauseum, and I apologize, but I do think as time goes by, this set's just going to become like more iconic amongst collectors. The imagery is outstanding. Even for like no-name players, the pictures are great.
Yeah.
Ironically, or perhaps disappointingly for me, one of the worst images in the whole set is Freddie Freeman's. It's just like a smiling portrait shot. It's really a bummer. Great callback, M. Parsons. All right, one pickup. My last pickup I want to talk about briefly. I posted it on Instagram. Is this? This is Mookie Betts' 2021 Topps Chrome SSP, and it's everything an SSP should be. This is a moment if you watch the Dodgers and you hated them or you're mad like I did, they beat the Braves, but like Bellinger got hurt. This is them in the World Series doing like a low five because Cody Bellinger hurt his shoulder and he couldn't high five anybody.
Yes. Yeah.
We also have the added benefit
moment.
Yes. This is in the middle of a World Series run. I actually wrote on Instagram, I thought this was the best card in 2021 Topps Chrome. As this SSP, there's like, I don't know, 17 or so at PSA, but there's an added sort of historical note to this card, Jeff.
Yeah, look at that. I see a mask.
Yes.
A mask.
Dodgers coach in the background wearing a mask. So there's no doubt when.
And you see the World Series behind him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a little time capsule.
It is a great time capsule. Love that.
Absolutely love this card. It's one of those cards that if it comes up and it's the seller's reasonable and we can reach a deal, I'm buying the card. Like I'll take as many of those as I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
I feel like for Betts collectors, it means a lot. That's a really cool card.
Yeah.
Woo. Oh, also, yeah, Doc's cards. It makes me,
Yeah. Oh, and Battery also says Braves should have beaten the Dodgers that season. Well, yeah. But
the series turned on a Will Smith versus Will Smith matchup. One too many, went to the well one too many times. But I can't hate our Will Smith because the next year, as I've told Jeff, he turned into Mariano Rivera.
He needed that moment, Chris. He needed that moment.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah.
In the 2021 playoffs, our Will Smith had 7 saves. No other team had more than 1. It was unreal. So I think we needed to lose that series in order to win the following year.
Yeah.
But
nice poll rage.
Hell of a poll rage.
Thank you everybody again for sticking with us. If you haven't checked out our any of our videos yet, we've been trying to post some more on there, so please check it out. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not. It helps us reach more people. And also check out Chris and I on Spitballin' Cards. We've been posting a lot of timely off-season videos about sets that are coming out and having some pretty good conversations and arguments on that show.
Some more heated than others, and some extending into the comments as well.
That's true.
Which is always good.
So give your parents a call. For those of you who are out here by us and affected by the fires, please stay safe. Check on all your friends and neighbors, and we'll see you guys next week. Anything you want to say, Chris?
Have a great weekend, everybody. This is kind of a great buying time. Figure out who you want to invest in for this season, and hope to God that I don't invest in the same player.
Yeah, they might be waiting for who you're going to invest in. So
That's fair. Yeah.
all right, everybody. We will we'll catch you next week.
Trapped have the power to change them all. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin,
Very timely lyric right there.
stays the spot.
All right, see you guys.
Bounce, Blabbin.